cars on flatbeds. Hey, this is a recession, selling that crack dead. Niggas selling super sour and bionic glue, and got Superman powers when I'm stressed new. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. Yeah. John Dillinger shit. Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga from the project. Yeah. John Dillinger shit. Niggas in the hood wanna see my cars on flatbeds. Hey, this is a recession, selling that crack dead. Niggas selling super sour and bionic glue, and got Superman powers when I'm stressed new. New Corvette looking like a transformer. No seatbelt screaming on my damn lawyer. Damn, I'm knee deep in the projects, and Hollywood ain't accepting no nigga.
Grand evening. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Front Line Blacc News. I'm sorry, I gotta do this again. Grand evening. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Front Line Blacc News. This is season 3, episode 26 of the Front Line Blacc News. I'm your host, Terry Crewman, and I'll be joined with my other host, Lady Che, here shortly. And our West Coast correspondent, Shabaka Sankori, Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. And on this season 3, episode 26, part 1 of the Frontline Blacc News, we will be discussing several things. First of all, we are simulcasting on numerous platforms right now. We are on the Facebook Frontline Blacc News page. We're also on the Arena Uncensored Facebook page, MB 2020's page, Blacks and Politics page, the YouTube page, the Arena Uncensored YouTube page, and Frontline Blacc News YouTube page. So I appreciate everybody that's tapping in and viewing. So yeah, the topics that we will be discussing tonight are tangibles. Of course, we're not letting up on them tangibles. This is the year and a decade of tangibles. So continue to demand something tangible for your vote, Black family. The Demonrats are running scared. They don't know what they're going to do. They're in desperation mode. We have to keep them on their heels. They want our vote. They're going to have to do something tangible for us. Period, point blank, period. So we're going to go over that. Tangibles 2023, Tangibles 2024, all the way to Tangibles 2100. Then we got your president, Jim Crow Biden, calls hip hop legend LL Cool J a boy at NAACP Phoenix Awards last Sunday, and female hip hop legend MC Lyte comes to his rescue, meaning Jim Crow biting. So we're gonna definitely discuss that. Then the next topic is the Demonrats are desperate, and Blacc Voters Exodus from the Democratic Party. We're gonna be discussing that. Apparently, new polls have come out that have shown that black people, specifically black men, are no longer dealing with the Democratic Party. So we're definitely going to discuss that. I'm still waiting on you Biden supporters to call into Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern, and 6 p.m. Pacific, and tell us what tangible benefits we're going to get from a Biden administration. Because it's been almost 4 years of hiding Biden, and we still ain't got nothing tangible for our vote. So we're still waiting on you Biden supporters. The next topic is the South Carolina great grandma, Josephine Wright, reaches her goal of $350K for her GoFundMe. If y'all recall, we covered this on the previous Front Line Blacc news that the sister was under siege by these developers. These developers are trying to steal her land and develop it out, and we're just not gonna have that. It's Gullah Geechee land, and they cannot intimidate or force the sister off her land that she's had for generations. So we're definitely going to discuss that. And then the next topic is going to be the second RNC debate. Which, in my opinion, Black family, was an utter clown show. And during this debate, our good old Bojangles, Sambo, Rambo, Negro, Tim Scott, the one that looks like a damn chipmunk, said slavery wasn't as bad as welfare for Black Americans. And somebody has jumped in and said, oh, there's Lady Shay.
I don't like that fire.
Well, it's Arena Uncensored, Lady Shay. What would you like me to change it to? What would you like me to change it to, Lady Shay?
I don't know, but leave that for them.
Well, it's streaming on their channel.
Oh, you haven't figured it out yet, huh?
No.
Oh, okay. She's mighty distracting.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us, Lady Shay. I was going over the introduction on the topics for tonight.
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, you're right on time. Shabaka's the one that's running late. Yeah, so he said that slavery wasn't as bad as welfare for Black Americans. Then we got Portland, Oregon white supremacist stabs 2 Black teens on train. And then we got newly elected or selected Denver Mayor Mike Johnston and Councilwoman Shontel Lewis toured the Fusion Studios where I live. And I was their tour guide. And then last but certainly not least, we got our Unhoused Neighbor News and Unhoused Neighbor Sweets. So, greetings, Lady Shay.
Hey.
We are streaming on multiple platforms right now. We got dropped down to the basic. So I'm not able to stream on as many platforms as I would like. But we are on the Arena Uncensored, MD 2020, Blacks and Politics,
What?
the Arena Uncensored YouTube, and Frontline Black News YouTube. What are you talking about? What?
Nothing. Talk to you about it later.
And Frontline Black News Facebook page. So I'm gonna get it started. And right when I said that, here comes Shabaka.
Hey, what's going on?
Greetings, Shabaka. Greetings from the Mile
All
High
right,
City. How is the Sin City
all right,
treating?
all right. Greetings from Sin City, man. Okay, they fucking with us again on these apps because now they want motherfuckers to either sign in with Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah.
That's normal, Shabaka.
No, I've never done that. I just went to the StreamYard off my phone and did it. Also, too, bad news out of Las Vegas, Nevada tonight. Okay, as you know that they was having a super middleweight championship fight here tonight. Jermaine Charlo got knocked out. And I just want to put this, he got knocked out by that Alvarez. And I'm just putting it out there. What the fuck happened is, people, we lost our sense of blackness. And that's one of the things I want to talk about tonight. Say all this all-inclusive shit, all this, oh, we love everybody and they hate us and all this old type of crap. Punk-ass motherfuckers like Bianchi and all that. I'm down my pissed the fuck off.
Yep.
We lost it, people. No. We fucking lost it. With all this effeminization of black male and all these stupid, sick bastards out here. Oh, we love everybody. Let's be all inclusive. We all we got, black family. We lost our cohesiveness. And it's more to it than our man losing a fight tonight in Las Vegas. And what it is, black family, fuck these other groups, okay? They hate us because they can't be us. And what is happening is due to the feminization of the black male and due to the shattering of the black family unit, folks, we have lost our cohesiveness. And that is extremely sad. And I'm just asking for the next generation, man, y'all got to get it back for your very survival. See, my time is over. You see what I'm saying? And what it is you got to get it back, or otherwise, man, they're going to be out here to destroy us. They are out to destroy us. You see what I'm saying? So what we have to do, black family, we have to turn our backs on the integrationalists, the ass scratchers, the Pianchis. You see what I'm saying? And what have you? Because Jamar Charles should have knocked that bastard out and ended his fucking career. You see?
Yeah.
It was bad.
What?
It was bad. It was at 168. And Charlo was the champion at the 168. Alvarez had to put weight up on there. You see? So what it is it is us against them, and we have to take that attitude. Okay, we got to quit killing each other.
FBA versus.
Oh yeah, well of course. Oh yes, sir, absolutely, most definitely. We've been saying that, and rightfully so, and we really got to keep it going. Is because you see, you guys, when you get into my age group, man. And I'm hoping I'm wrong. Do let me say, I'm hoping that I'm wrong. Okay. But they out to kill us, man.
Mm-hmm.
They are out to kill us, man. All these other groups hate us.
Yep.
You see? And all this all-inclusive shit is for our destruction.
Yeah.
But however... Yeah, but however, as we all know, the latest from Las Vegas, they did make an arrest in the Tupac Shakur murder, 27 years later, I believe, and it was a crew out of Los Angeles that did it. Okay, Keefy D or whatever what his name is, you know, he's gonna be taking a fall on it. You know what I mean? And
alive.
Yeah, you see.
Went on that goddamn Blacc, and we've been telling y'all Black family about the goddamn Blacc, the damn DJ Blacc.
Yeah.
You go on there.
Yes, sir.
Life away, you literally signed a death sentence or a death warrant. Because everybody that goes on that goddamn show ends up dead or in prison or a combination of the two. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, but what's happening though, Brother Paris, is that our youth, man, from what I understand, okay. Now I'm on my way out, okay. So what is happening is that the value system, man, amongst our urban youth, man, is placing emphasis, man, on going, you know, to prison, going to jail, and shit like that. And cats is going out here calling themselves gangsters and all that. Now, I'm not disrespecting nobody's crew. I'm not disrespecting nobody's set. But what it is, though, is that the street organization should be the vanguard for the Black community. You see what I'm saying? Because this is all what the fuck these other groups is doing. You see what I'm saying? You know, just like, you know, when you had the drug era of the 90s, stuff like that. Who was the main ones making money off of it? It was the damn cartels. It wasn't us. You know, 3 strike laws, you're out. You know, all these beefs within the Black community. And
our current president for that shit.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. And keep in mind, Black family, this is a systemic plan of what they're doing. And they're going to have artificial intelligence take it over. And that there is just my opinion. These Black politicians, fuck all of them except for Jesse Perry. He's the only real one out there for the Black community. Fuck that bastard in New York City. Later for that punk who's the mayor of Chicago. Okay. Let me see. And also, too, you know, Dianne Feinstein kicked the bucket, the senator from California. Yeah. And she was 90 years old. That's a full life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm more than 2/3 of the way to that age group. And what it is, Black family, I am begging of you. Okay, all we got is each other. It's us against everybody else. Everybody else is against us. So if we got haters out there, please be sure to send in your hate mail. Also, too, on Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on Tuesday night, at the request of the one and only Sarge, he wants to talk about the motion picture Mandingo. You know what I'm saying?
I want to talk about it too.
Yeah, very, very disgusting movie. Very disgusting movie.
Very
you know what I'm saying?
Very upsetting.
And what it is, Black family, we got to do for ourselves. Okay? And if any other groups want to go out there and perceive it as hatred, fine. Fuck you.
Next Friday.
Huh?
Next Friday, with Grand Rising?
Yes.
No, we're gonna do it on Tuesday later, Lady Che.
Okay.
We're gonna do it.
Grand Rising, Sabrina. That's what I have wrote down.
Okay, wait a minute though. Okay, hold on. You did you write up the episode for Tuesday?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Then we'll save it for them for Grand Rising then.
All right.
Yeah, we'll save it for them for Grand Rising is because I think what we need to do, Brother Che, for Tuesday, you know, which is our normally scheduled show, we got to talk about some in-house issues is because we are in a state of emergency, Black family. And what it is that we are at the cliff's edge, getting ready to get pushed off of it. And guess who's going to push us off of it? It's going to be all these damn immigrants and shit.
Yeah,
and then particularly,
They're the buffer classes.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been saying that for years that they're trying to replace us with these damn illegal immigrants. They're illegal immigrants, no matter what Biden says or whatever stupid ass legislation he done passed to make certain ones legal temporarily. They're still illegal immigrants, and we already know how they treated the black immigrants. So, it's clearly racism and white supremacy at work here, and they're trying to replace us with them in the workforce and everything just about. And then on top of it, they want to replace us as the voting base. They want to replace us because the Demonrats are running scared. They're in desperation mode, and they know that they're not going to get the black in 2024. So they're trying to do everything in their power to make sure that they can secure their spot in the House, in the Senate, and in the presidential office. So, we're going to touch on all that tonight, Shabaka. So when you chimed in, when you jumped on, I had just finished going through the topics, and then I was going to start with the tangibles and then work my way on down. So just to give you a refresher, we're going to be talking about tangibles 2023, tangibles 2024. Biden calls LL Cool a boy at NAACP Phoenix Awards last Sunday, and MC Lyte.
Oh man!
Demonrats are desperate. Blacc Voters Exodus from the Democratic Party. South Carolina grandmother reaches her goal of 350K for her GoFundMe. That's the sister of Gullah Geechee. And they're trying to kick her off her land, the developers, the white developers, and we just can't have that.
Exactly. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
The RNC second debate, that damn Sambo Rambo Negro Tim Scott said slavery wasn't as bad as welfare for Black Americans. Portland, Oregon racist white supremacist stabs 2 black teens on train. Newly elected Mayor Mike Johnston and Councilwoman Shontel Lewis tour My Place, the Fusion Studios, and Unhoused Neighbor News and Unhoused Neighbor Sweets.
And then also too, Brother Paris, be advised, I just came across, I got an unconfirmed report over the internet, where the Hells Angels motorcycle group has went and attacked 17 black people. I don't have the location on it yet. Okay, so if this isn't a wake-up call, folks, we are all we got. We got to quit hating on each other, because what's happening now is that these other groups are capitalizing on our hatred for each other. Okay, so I have to give it to the Renaissance man. And in case nobody know who the Renaissance man is, he's on TikTok. The Renaissance man is heavy. And he's the one who's trying to set up, I believe, the social media company, the Free Black World. So we need to get with him, as best as we could. We got to get some innovation going on amongst ourselves to protect ourselves. Is because I hate to say, ladies and gentlemen, it is. I'm of the opinion. Repeat, this is an opinion. Call it a miseducated guess. But what it is, though, folks, they're going to be purging us. Okay, just like they did during slavery, just like they did, during the times of Emmett Till. The only time that shit had went to a low point is when the Black Panthers was out doing that thing. Now you got all these alphabetized ignorant bastards out here talking about grown ass men with beards talking about their women. No, black man, no, we got to get our minds about that bullshit.
Right.
Straight out.
Yeah, you talking
straight
about
out
situation with the teacher, yeah. But
did you see that? Did you see that, Brother Parrish? You know, I know we got an itinerary. I just want to spend a few seconds on that. What I saw there, folks, was just absolutely disgusting. Here's this young man, you know, about every bit of 6'5", 6'6", tearing up the room, wearing a woman's wig with a full beard, talking about that he is a woman. What the fuck happened to us as men? Because I'm at a loss for words. And Lady Che, and if it wasn't so sad, it would be laughable. You know what I'm saying? I am at a loss for words.
I put that $4 up there, man. Like, come on, make me a believer. Shit, show me as if I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? Show me as if I wouldn't know. I can breed children. I can have children. You know what I mean? I know exactly what it's like. I've been a girl my whole life, a female with divine feminine energy, my entire fucking life. So show me, make me a believer. Please make me a believer. I'll shut my mouth.
Okay, now what it is though, Lady Che, is this. As what they will
3 years and they none of them up on the goddamn.
Ante up to Ante. We threw in the extra $100, man. We black grassroots over here, man. Like, hey, you ain't got the
okay, wait a minute. So okay, hold on, Lady Che. We was at 100, right? So now we up the ante to 200.
Yep, I threw in a 200, and that makes them have to owe us 2 racks.
Yep.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay, okay.
Shut our mouth and get this $200 real quick. You can have this $200 right now. You shut our mouth and show us that you know you got all the faculties.
You can menstruate and that
you can breed children.
Exactly.
No issue. You can lactate like a regular woman.
You can't be
all that shit. Because I promise you, anywhere between 15 and 35 days, some real woman shit is happening in a woman's life every fucking month. And it's not just a cycle. It's some real woman shit happening, okay? Hormonal issues, fucking actual girl stuff, fucking moodiness, extra, you hungry, you extra on every single modality. I can't say because, you know, I don't want to be vulgar, but, you know, so I guarantee you some woman shit is happening at least once every 35 fucking days other than a cycle. So, you know, make me show me. And I need to see it. Like, we need to be, you know, we need to watch it for 35 days. I don't want to take your word for it. I want to show you. I can sit out for 35 days and show you that I'm a real woman. Real life. Yeah, I can sit out and do that. Go ahead and kidnap me. I got 35 days. But y'all motherfuckers with the beards and the lace fronts and fucking acting all stupid and that shit is gross. Not only is it gross, but it's a epidemic of fiction, and you're getting all kind of passes over black people. Stop it.
You want to know something, Lady Che? You are absolutely right, man. This shit is an epidemic. Okay, now what's fueling this epidemic is that you got to keep in mind is that Boys Town is headquarters of Silicon Valley. Okay. Alrighty, and of course with them dudes having all that money, you know what I'm saying? Of course they pushing their own agenda, and this is why I appreciate, you know, one of our contributors, Sister Badia, Sister Trish, on how she's trying to keep it real and about emphasizing on our cohesiveness amongst ourselves, I should say. Is because what's happening is black family, every other group sees how divided we are, and they're capitalizing greatly off it. The only ones who do not see it is us. We are all we got. You see what I'm saying? And I'm talking about throughout the whole diaspora. Okay.
Whole diaspora gotta get on coach, but I keep telling you, like.
No. Hold on, Brother Che. To prove your point even further.
These mugs ain't on.
You are absolutely correct.
They want to get mad.
You are absolutely correct.
Just like we checking our Tim Scotts and our Jesse Lee Petersons and our Leo Terrells and our Larry Elders, they got to check their.
And idiots like Pianki, you know what I'm saying, is because I'm throwing Pianki in the idiot box along with them. You know what I mean? And it's because him and I had gotten off into it, as you know, Brother Paris, and I'm trying to think it was on Joe Gibson's show, and it was within his last 3 episodes. You see, so Negroes like Bianchi, Negroes like Larry Terrell, and elders, we're going to need the Harriet Tubman philosophy with them fools. Okay, and we got to do it to them economically. We got to do it to them educationally. We've got to get the word out there on a large mass scale that these individuals do not represent us. And then also too, on Pan-Africanism.
Copyright.
Yeah, the other African nations got to get on code with that there too, Brother Paris. You say it's big.
Go ahead, Shabaka.
We can't. I can't help you if you need help.
I know.
Yeah.
Just in case you need help,
yeah.
Can't assist you because we don't have a way to get in there. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so did they? So I see that they modified the stream ad. Okay, so what they're doing is they cross-filing and everything.
I don't know what they're doing, but this is all interesting to me, Brother Shabaka, because Jesse got it streamlining with other groups. So
Black content creators.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Okay.
I don't know. It's gotta give me a minute, man, to get used to the idea. So I still haven't learned how to when I do my shit, and I haven't done it yet. But it's only because I haven't had a chance to really sit down and pay attention to how he does it.
Right. Okay. All right. But if it's getting us some more exposure, okay, that's cool. But also too, Brother Paris, I want to put it out there, to other content creators. Okay, we don't mind you guys coming into our groups, and this includes you too, Mr. Philip Scott, and we respect you. You drop a great deal of knowledge. But what you're doing, sir, is that when you come off into our groups, you are pulling away our following, and you are not mentioning us. Now, if you mention us, that's fine. That's great. That's beautiful. Because I was speaking to a content creator today, and they had informed me is that, other content creators, unless they are sharing your stuff, okay, they are pulling away from your audience. And then also too, another thing is that those who, if you don't know Jesse personally, or if you don't know me personally and what have you, or don't know anybody that knows us personally, please don't advertise your products in our groups unless you are advertising ours, unless you are fundraising for us. So therefore, what we're doing there is sharing the wealth.
Well, that's true.
So I'm putting that out there.
I saw some crazy shit posted on because I created the revolutionary agenda even on the Facebook page.
Right.
I created it. I just never used it. I only added us to be the moderators of it. I never used it because I was busy with Front Line Blacc News. But I saw somebody post some crazy ass shit, and I wanted to be like, what the fuck is this? That because if I come across Shabaka's Black Experience or anything like that, or Front Line Blacc News, I have to, I don't question it. But when it comes across that, I'm like, what the fuck? And I know that it wasn't y'all that did it. Makes me curious. I don't know what that is, but who's that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's me.
That's fine.
That's me.
Oh. All right. Okay. Right. And then also,
I gotta get us started, or we're gonna be here all night.
Okay. Go ahead.
So the first topic is tangibles.
I gotta take this phone call. Go ahead, Jesse. I'm listening.
It's the year and the decade of tangibles. Black family continues to demand something tangible for your vote. We got these Demonrats running scared right about now because we're not on the tangibles. So back in 2020, our good brother Tariq Nasheed came up with the hashtag tangibles 2020. And in it, he was detailing everything that foundational Black American descendants of American child slavery freedmen were going to demand from the political system, the two-party system.
Right.
Two-party system, unfortunately. I wish more people would get on board with third parties, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time.
Right.
So, back in 2020, we had a presidential election, as y'all all remember, and we kept hearing everybody Trump, and we just got to get Trump out and all that nonsense. And now we got hot and sleepy Joe Biden, and now all these people got Biden's remorse. So we tried to tell y'all. We told y'all on Mile High News, told you on
we sure did,
and we told you on Front Line Blacc News, and y'all still went ahead and voted for Biden anyway. So
yeah,
here we are.
Yeah.
In 2023, the next presidential election is in 2024, so nothing's changed except the year. So instead of 2020, I'm going to say 2024, but everything else remains the same. So the 2024 presidential elections are coming up, and foundational Black Americans are going to reject the 50-year-old malign neglect policy that has been implemented by the political system. This malign neglect policy mandates that Black Americans should be ignored and only mentioned in vague and non-specific terms, lumping foundational Black Americans into groups of minorities, immigrants, people of color, etc., has only hindered the progress of Black Americans as a group while providing tangible benefits for other groups. In this election cycle, Black Americans are going to insist that our needs are specifically met by politicians who are seeking our vote. Foundational Black Americans want tangible benefits, specifically for us.
Exactly.
We do not want trickle-down, secondary benefits that are provided for every group. Every group has not been systematically marginalized and disenfranchised in every area of society as foundational Black Americans. So we refuse to be lumped in with groups who often assist in the exploitation and disenfranchisement of Black Americans. So politicians want tangibles, specifically the foundational Black Americans, or we simply will not vote for them. Be sure to spread this message far and wide on social media using the hashtag Tangibles2020. And since it's 2023, it's Tangibles 2023. And next year, when the presidential election is, the next one, it's Tangibles 2024. All the way up to 2100. Black family continue to demand something tangible for your vote. The Black vote is for sale to the highest bidder.
Exactly.
So demand something tangible, that's something real, something substantive with substance, or something you can touch with your own hand, i.e. a check, i.e. reparations. $100 trillion, starting at $100 trillion for past, present, and future atrocities that have been brought against our people and continue to be brought against our people in the hells of the United States, the United Snakes of America, the country that we built.
Yes, sir.
Involuntarily.
Yes, sir.
But we built it.
Yes, sir.
Be compensated for it.
Indeed. And then also, too, and we got to recognize the fact, Black family, is that we are not each other's enemy. Okay? A lot of our people are sick, or a lot of our people don't know better. Okay? It's because this is why the hashtag resurrection of the mental dead was created just for this. It's because what has happened in the last week, ladies and gentlemen, should give us some type of indication. I mean, look what happened to Tupac Shakur, 27 years ago. Mm-hmm. Black on black hatred. You see what I'm saying? We got to put an end to that shit. This colorism shit. We got to put an end to that. I mean, look at Huey Newton and Malcolm X, along with Marcus Garvey, along with Kwame Nkrumah. And as Brother Paris states, is that, hey, throughout the whole diaspora, we have to get on code. Is because what's happening is them white folks that's invaded Africa, down there in the Caribbean and all that, they coming to you with the same poison that they came to us in the United States. Don't you get it, Black family? The whole fucking world hates us. But at the same goddamn time, you know, they got to go up here and use our damn resources from the continent to our music. You see what I'm saying? And we don't get nothing in return. All you do is getting these brain dead niggas out here talking about, oh man, I gotta go kill this other motherfucking man, nigga this, bitch that. And then you wonder why you got ragged ass tramps like Candace Owens going out there with that bullshit. You see what I mean? This is the damn problem. We have to dig within, people, and look at that. We are the original man and woman. We gave the world the sciences, okay? We gave the world the concepts of geometry, trigonometry. It wasn't no fuck boys out of Greece and fuck Joe Gibson and Bianchi and all them. We love fucking with them, you know what I'm saying? We love having them on it, but we do highly respect Sarge, okay? But the self-hatred, Black family, that we have of ourselves, it must end, is because it is killing our cohesiveness, Black family, in the diaspora, in the Western Hemisphere, okay? You know, it's on life support now. You know what I'm saying? It's on life support. It can barely breathe. But we want to go out here and emulate all these other groups that hate and despise us. These sorry black ass politicians, Eric Adams, London Bridge, you know what I'm saying? Keisha Bottom, and the list just goes on. They gonna go up here and love this alphabetized agenda and hate ourselves. And then too, Black family, I hate to say, you know, that I've observed, we've had a severe reemergence of this colorism in the Black community as well too. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And we need to nip that shit there in the bud, straight out. Just say, nip that shit there off in the bud. You know. So this is why. And this is why I appreciate our sister down there in Florida, Sister Rashida Strober, of the great knowledge that she drops. You know what I'm saying? And I also appreciate, you know, how the woman is standing on her square as well, too. But what it is, Black family, we are simply producing too much wealth for other groups and not enough for ourselves. And at this point of how I feel, okay, I don't give a good damn what you other groups say if this is hatred or not. We're merely speaking facts right here. You see what I'm saying? And also too, Brother Paris, I reached out to another brother that did a live feed today. You know, I'll give you his name tomorrow. I put up Front Line Blacc News, and he had loved the concept of it. Oh, well, you know, we finally are building up our own social media, you know, Black first agenda, because we can't do anything for any of these other groups, because all these other groups is coming in there, man, and they just taking from us.
Yep.
And not reinvesting shit. They are enhancing themselves at our expense. Again, you see what I'm saying? Now, we love...
Just like they did with rock and roll. Just like they did with jazz.
Yes, sir.
Done whatever.
Yes, sir. Just like what... Yes, sir. And why do you think that when we do Grand Rising with Shabaka, and why do you think that when we do Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, why do you think we always do our introduction, you know, with Mama Africa? You see what I'm saying? Okay. Why do you think we do our introduction with Amapondo and African Sunset? Okay. It's because you straight heads and you OTBs, you don't have no rhythm. Rhythm comes from Africa. Okay. Rhythm is a cycle, rather it's music, mathematics, the weather. You see what I'm saying? And then, you know, you got you know, these tech giants over there in San Francisco, they go on there stealing the silicon. The Chinese is over there stealing the silicon, the vibranium, folks. Without that silicon, this world would not function. And also, too, all the environmental damage that they did over there. If you check out the environmental damage that Dutch Shell Oil Company has done to Nigeria, just killing the environment over there. They say, didn't you get these damn puppet ass regimes over there? And his brother Paz is right. You know, the diaspora's got to get with the Pan-Africanism code. It's because these Chinese, these Belgians, these Europeans, economically, they don't mean us no good. Oh, by the way, and then I'm hearing some more bullshit. It's supposed to be another variant of this, so they want everybody to go get slammed again. You know what I mean? You know, with the vaccine and what have you. Only thing I can say is please, please be careful. They say they're out to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah, we're at war.
Period.
We about time that
Exactly.
we that and act accordingly. But
Exactly.
Lady Che, what's your thoughts on tangibles?
Well, like I said, I'm on vacations though. I encourage everybody to take a vacation. And you know, always vote for something that you could touch and feel, and you know that is actual factuals. Right now, what everybody's offering during this election season isn't really tangible. It's just a lot of pretty talk, and you know those words might make you feel warm and cozy inside, but they ain't never done nothing for us. You know, all these generations, you know, all this inclusive shit has never really gotten us nowhere. In fact, I think that a lot of things have just driven everything apart. It's a little late now to talk about unity and inclusiveness because, you know, if you didn't have that mustard seed of faith to go ahead and do all that, then you're just wasting everybody's fucking time anyway. You know, there's a lot of
You're right.
what do you call actual pretend sleep. You're not conscious. You're intentionally ignoring it. You're intentionally ignoring the things that are in front of you, and you're giving this old you know, like I want to say jive. But you're giving us this old rigmarole, but in reality, you just don't want to open your eyes and you don't want to fucking see what's right in front of you. Instead, you want to go on what everybody's talking about, and you're becoming a sheep, and it's comfortable. And those people that are comfortable, you got to get left behind.
Yeah.
You're not witty. By the time it takes you to understand that, you know, it's gonna be too late, and we're already gonna be doing different things. It's not coming back for you. There's no coming back for you. You know what I mean? We're gonna leave you behind. Why? Because we spent all this time educating and teaching you the right things, trying to get you on point, trying to get you to understand what's going on, trying to get you not to use the word woke, but just trying to get you to open up your fucking your spiritual self. You know, just to see what's right in front of you, letting your intuition talk, letting your actual self talk. We're better, we're greater. But while we're sitting here letting them, you know, take and take and take, all we're showing is that we're part of the sheep. And they can come and take our wool at any time. And that can't be. You can't let that happen no more. You know what I mean? All this shit is stupid. It's for the birds. You're either gonna get on board, you're gonna get some books, you're gonna get some reading, you're gonna open your eyes, you're gonna take a fucking roundabout, deep, dark dive into your actual soul, decide what's what and what's not, and decide that hey, you know what? All this shit, they ain't done nothing for us. They ain't gonna do nothing for us. Doesn't matter who gets in there. Doesn't matter what happens until the system is cleansed of all the white supremacy and toxicity. You know, you can never get off your own plantation. You know what I mean? You're gonna be stuck there on your own shit by yourself with your little group of friends, and it's gonna be all right. But it's gonna be you and them, not us. We not one of them. We're one of these. You see what I'm saying? So you're either gonna get on board and seek what's tangible, and fuck it. You know, you ain't gotta vote. You ain't gotta vote. You can vote in your local elections because that's a city that you stay in the township you stay in the municipalities that you stay in, and you don't want the fuckery to happen, with the constant profiling, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can vote in those elections. You ain't gotta vote for no fucking president that is on some old bullshit, just trying to get your fucking your black vote. You can't get your black vote. He's gonna import your black vote. You know what I mean? And they ain't really voting with us. So if you really ask them, they don't know what's going on. They don't know the issues. They'll give you some other bullshit to talk about. You know what I mean? And then you'll just leave angrier and angrier and angrier. They ain't with us. They not with us. But they're not against us. But they're not with us.
Well, they're gonna vote Republican.
Okay, but see,
the most gonna vote Republican anyway. So
they're not gonna vote at all because they're not interested in what the fuck we got going on here. You know what I mean? It's a pipe dream to think that they're gonna vote. First of all, you got to be a legal citizen to vote.
Well, Biden just made them legal citizens temporarily.
And if that covers the fucking election, that's some real bullshit. And everybody should really be upset, especially the people that have been waiting here to be naturalized citizens and had to do all the fucking testing and shit. That's fucking crazy. That's some bullshit right there. Everybody should be irate just on that. Because just because you come over here and you have to make some fucking some new routes so that you can contribute to taxes or whatever, it doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, they're not gonna vote. They don't give a fuck enough about what's going on in the United States. All they care about is doing whatever the fuck they feel like doing, which is obviously not why they're here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I agree with you on that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna on Demonrats.
Oh, yes. And I agree with you, Brother Pez and Lady Che on that. And then also to that Vivek Ramaswamy punk. Your faggot ass is welcome to give us a call at Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced 2 punk. And the number to call is 516-418-5996. Hey, you call your stinking ass if you dare. Because you're full of shit, Ramaswamy. You don't know the black experience. You come from a society where you look down on black people and think we are untouchables. Actually, I'd like to see somebody kick your ass.
Right.
That motherfucker shouldn't even be allowed to. Where's the fucking where's the program you're talking about? He ain't allowed to fucking run for president. Your daddy ain't American, right? So, he didn't do the paperwork, right? Or what's the agenda on that? He's an anchor baby. You know what I mean? How can an anchor baby run for president? If a felon can't run for president, how come an anchor baby can do it?
Because
why we not right about that?
Because they let Obama do
it. But you see, Obama was born in Hawaii after 1959, and Hawaii did become a state in 1959, and he was born in 1962. Now, another thing is that I fought Obama for a lot of this shit here as well, too, before the dump, as in human shit. And I want to make that perfectly clear. Before he had, came in the office, okay, is because Obama, I tweeted the president or the former president today, and I told him, I said, say, man, you didn't do nothing for your people, man. You didn't do nothing for your people. You let us down. You come up here. Yeah, I tweeted it.
About here, I get all that. I get all that.
Yeah.
2008.
Yeah.
Black people didn't
He's not worth my tweet, cuz.
We did not demand nothing from Obama. Most was just
exactly.
A black person in that seat.
That was that first
term. Our people demanded something from him. But by then, it was too late. That monkey, he had already made his mind up what he was going to do and what he was not going to do.
And then, too, when he ran for president, I think Brother Paris the first time, 2008, because they had the Democratic convention in Denver at that time, right over there by, and it was over there by the stable for the Pony Express.
It's not goddamn stable, goddamn it, Sebastian. Stadium. At least we weren't playing in no damn baseball field.
Well, man, now and you call us
Here we go.
saying that the Raiders, man, can't find a home, man, and that we're the only unhoused NFL team.
He said they were panhandling and everything. He said a whole bunch of shit.
You say that the Raiders can't find a team, but the Raiders, at least they got rid of the goose egg when
they lose last weekend. Right? They won last week.
They lost.
They only won one game. They only won one game. They lost their last two games.
Hey man,
but the Pony Express still holding the goose egg.
Y'all better savor that win, because that's the only one y'all gonna get.
Oh shit.
Probably. They need to rebuild the team. You know what I'm saying? But the Pony Express, I'm gonna tell you what the Pony Express needs. The Pony Express needs Stagecoach Mary. That's who you all need. You all need Stagecoach Mary. You know who Stagecoach Mary is?
Yes.
She delivered the mail. And she had delivered the mail from Great Falls, Montana to Helena and went through a lot of rough country and extreme weather.
We were in college ball this week, right?
Yeah, we lost, ladies.
We lost.
Oh, yeah. And then you get the only thing that Pony Express Town has going for them, man, is Boulder, Colorado, man. And, they're trying to keep your boy Barry Sanders.
Did Boulder lose?
Like, what are you talking about?
Wait. Did Boulder lose?
Wait.
Yes, Lady Tay, I just said that. Like, y'all are distracting me. I'm getting sidetracked. I was trying to, Lady Tay, you were supposed to
it's your fault.
And then Sabaki goes off on a tangent on something completely different.
Hey, I didn't go. I kept it on tangibles.
You did, but Sabaki had brought it a whole nother direction.
Shabaka came in hot.
All right.
Go ahead. Our fault.
All right.
Laughing.
So, continue to demand something tangible for your vote, Black family. Don't get distracted. Stay focused.
Right.
On tangibles. So the next topic.
Absolutely.
Y'all president, Jim Crow Biden, calls LL Cool J at NAACP Phoenix Awards last Sunday, and MC comes to his rescue, talking about he didn't mean it like that.
And then also too, to give you some more fodder for your fire, Brother Paris, on that. There was a clip that was up on Facebook. I think it was on TikTok that got posted to Facebook of Jim Crow Biden down there, with the auto workers, I believe, or he was somewhere, and he got into an argument with this guy about the Second Amendment. So the white fella had told Jim Crow Biden is that you're trying to take away the gun rights and rescind the Second Amendment. And Jim Crow Biden told him, quote unquote, that he was full of shit. And then the cold part about it is that Jim Crow Biden is going to say that he's all for gun rights, because Jim Crow Biden gets up there, talks about the weapons that he had, stuff like that, a couple of shotguns and things of that matter right there. So therefore, what Jim Crow Biden had said there subliminally is for white America to arm itself is because they are in fear of, as they have always been in fear of a black insurrection. But guess what, white America? You don't have nothing to worry about. The reason why you don't have nothing to worry about is because the destabilization or the systemic destabilization of the black family unit and the black community throughout the U.S. as a whole. Okay. Now, for those ignorant bastards out there who think that this is hatred, this is not hatred. This is merely self-preservation. It's because, like James Brown said in his lyrics, I'm black and I'm proud, that we are a people too. But the rest of the world does not look at us as people. When you get ass scratchers and yacht bosses like Pianki, you know what I'm saying? That's a detriment right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just like this dude who I had to kick off of Facebook. I think his name was Covington was his name. And, you know, he had a Pianki-like attitude. That he's going to sit up there and say that he owns 4 liquor stores. And black people don't want to work and all this old shit. I had to unfriend this dude. And now, the reason why I had to unfriend this dude, because I told him, I said, oh, you selling alcohol. Man, you might as well be a damn drug dealer in the black community with that alcohol shit.
Yep.
You own 4 liquor stores. Now, if that brother would have said I own 4 tailor shops, I own 4 kick centers, you know, to get our people off of drugs. Oh, I own 4 construction firms for some affordable housing, you know, for our unhoused neighbors. He would have got my respect, but he gonna try to crumb bum on me. But yet though, man, but you got liquor stores, and then you're not taking that money and you're not investing it back into the black community. Now, turning back the hands of time, a few years ago, Brother Paris, I think you and I knew each other at that time. You remember the Arab liquor stores in Oakland, California?
Yeah.
Where a certain faction had went there, man, and asked them if they were Muslims, and they said, yeah. And they said, well, why are you selling alcohol to our people? And they just went up there and just tore the shit up.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? Just like the brother there in Chicago who got mad at the Chinese dude for beating up the black woman in the nail shop.
Yeah.
And what that soldier did is he went in there and he had 2 cinder blocks and he told them straight out, hey, go call the Chicago police. You know what I'm saying? And because these 2 plate glass windows you got right here, they're getting ready to be a thing of the past. And yeah, call him right now. And the gentleman went out there and he launched the 2 cinder blocks through those windows. And he stood there and he got arrested. What happened? You know, the Asian dude, oh, well, he got weeds or for half price now. And them sisters lined up around the corner to go give him their money after that degradation.
Yeah,
okay.
It was non-FBA sisters that was lining up getting that. That's what I keep saying. Like,
yeah.
The diaspora has to get on code. It can't just be
I agree with
Black Americans that
right.
lead charge on this Pan-Africanism or whatever.
Right.
That
right.
is one-sided. It's supposed to be reciprocated. It's not being reciprocated.
Okay.
So until it's being reciprocated, it is dead in my eyes because we're the only ones that's pushing for it. These other groups.
Okay, and that sounds reasoning, brother.
They're not. They don't even identify as black. They don't want to have nothing to do with black. They come over here. They tell me, I ain't black.
Right.
I'm Dominican. I'm Jamaican. I'm whatever. I'm Nigerian. I'm not black. So as long as
then what they need to do. Okay, not cutting you off, brother Chad. I have to make this point. Then what they need to do is that they need to take their asses there to the city of Los Angeles, okay, and get stopped by the Los Angeles Police Department as their rights get violated, and watch when they pull out their IDs what the lapdog is going to say.
Well, they need to get their Negro.
I got question.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm just saying that there to support your point even further is because the LAPD ain't going to look at you as a black American. They ain't going to look at you as a Nigerian. They ain't going to look at you as a Dominican. They ain't going to look at you as a Puerto Rican. They ain't going to look at you as a Cuban. They ain't going to look at you as a Brazilian. No, the suspect is described as a male Negro, period. And I would love to get Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey, the author of Black and Blue, I believe was the name of her book, Brother Parrish, she told me a while back.
Yeah.
And I would love to get Sergeant Dorsey up here, and I would like for her to explain that one.
Well,
and I will have a time with her.
PBA had took her to task on race in the race war documentary that came on a few years back. But yeah,
okay.
So getting back to hiding Biden. So Biden calls
He needs
a boy. It says some other ridiculous
right.
shit. So I'm gonna play that first. I'm gonna play
Right.
this part of
Yes.
video from Tariq Nasheed. And then I'm gonna go to Phil Scott and then Lisa Cabrera.
Okay.
And a sexy red wig. Excuse me, y'all gonna move the car? Because I wanted to park here. I said, no, we waiting on the food. Sir, ma'am?
Okay, so Tariq was in New Orleans, so he's talking about in New Orleans.
A lot of people out here who've seen the movies and they're like, oh, I loved all the movies, seen the movies. I love the movies when the next Hidden Colors coming out and all of that stuff. People love the movies. It's fun doing the red carpet. It's fun doing the premiere. It's fun getting on TV promoting the movie and getting on radio promoting the movie. But what y'all don't see is the long, tedious process of putting these films together. It's a long process.
And we're talking about the documentaries
out here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a Tubi movie. Yeah, I'm gonna do a Tubi movie. Hey, cool, Jay. Actually went to a congressional Black caucus. This event, and they were giving out some NAACP Awards, I think. And your boy Biden gave a speech, and boy, they were trying to talk about hip hop. And Biden got LL Cool J's name all jangled up. And on top of that, he referred to LL as a boy. Now listen to this. Whenever this dude gets to talking to and about Black people, he sounds like he's doing a plantation slave auction. All right. He's talking about LL Cool J like he's a big strapping plantation buck. Mm-hmm. Your boy, Joe Biden, referred to LL Cool J as a boy, then cleaned it up real quick. Now, hold on, listen.
Two of the great artists of our time representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip-hop in America, LL Cool J. By the way, that man's got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's... And MC Lyte, both of you, thank you. By the way, that man's got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's... And then...
Lord, that sounds like a plantation auction. Mm-hmm. Boy, that big old buck got some biceps bigger than my thighs. Boy, that buck can go for a real good price. Oh, that's a big old strapping buck. Look at the arms on him, boy. I tell you, he can pull sugarcane like nobody's business.
Right.
That set up here and referred to another grown 50-something-year-old Black man as a boy. A boy.
Yep.
Biceps. Boy, that boy. Yeah, that's plantation talk. That's buck breaking talk. Boy, that boy got some big old thighs, big old arms, bigger than me, boy. Look at that boy. Man. And again, this is what they want to have us. This is the mindset. They want to have us with this plantation mentality. Like he's a big old massa. To be honest, I don't even think that was a Freudian slip. I think he meant to say that. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I think he meant to say what he said. Every time he's talking to a Black audience or the Congressional Black Caucus or the NAACP, there's always this massa aggressive, passive-aggressive talk. Y'all better learn how to deal with the Hispanics. Y'all better do this. If you don't vote for me, you ain't Black if you don't vote for me. He's always talking That's not a mistake. That's not a Freudian slip. See, Black people got this thing where we keep trying to make excuses for these white supremacists and their actions. Like when they do something,
Right.
say something crazy, we start talking about, well, racism is really about ignorance.
No.
It's all. Racism is just ignorance. They don't know
I hate
any
when
better.
I hear Black
Stop
people
it.
say that stupid shit.
I want Black people to get that mindset out of your system that it's about ignorance and the white supremacists just don't know any better. They don't know what they're doing. They're being racist because they're ignorant to how great you are. Stop. That's not true. They know what they're doing. They're not ignorant in any sense of the word. White supremacy is a very deliberate thing. Anti-Black racism is a very deliberate thing. They know exactly what they're doing.
Yep.
They just use "I'm white and I say so." Listen, last week, there was a situation up in Las Vegas where
That's where you at,
a
Shemaya.
teenager had a mask on and he had an accomplice in the car. But the accomplice, to me, is innocent because he didn't do anything from what I've seen. But the driver ran over this old white guy and killed him. Old white guy was on a bike and they were filming each other, running over this guy deliberately. They killed him. And all the white supremacists online were saying that it was two Black guys. Oh, look at these two Black guys, two Black guys, two Black guys. And we could tell the driver wasn't Black. The driver wasn't Black. Now, the guy in the passenger seat, he might be a tether. We don't know. I don't know what his ethnicity is. He has deep melanin. I don't know if he's Black. He could be a tether. But the driver, the actual killer, is a white Hispanic. Is a white Latino dude named Jesus Anaya or something like that. He's a white Hispanic. And this dispelled the lie that they kept trying to say it was two Black people. And when we pointed out it was a white Hispanic, boy, they got very upset. Oh, don't call him white Hispanic. What's a white Latino? What's a white Latino? There's no such thing as a white Latino. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He's a white Latino. In fact, when they booked him in jail, here's paperwork, and I pointed this out. This is the guy. Let me show you and he has a long track record. This is the guy, Jesus Ayala. That's him. He's white Latino. And his jail record, and they list him. All right. He's listed in all of his crimes right there. Race white, race white, race white. All right. That's a white Latino. He's Latino, and he's white. He's a white Latino. See, and then they got mad. These people got very mad at me for pointing this out. And this is how white supremacy works. White supremacy, they will create a racial construct, racial categories that they create, and then allow certain groups into these racial categories. And then when these groups commit certain crimes, they try to immediately revoke their white status. No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You're not going to revoke their white status. No. That person is going to stay white. See, they try to make them people of color, or they'll try to call them an Afro-Latino when they commit a crime. See, we're not letting nobody dump anything on us at all. You're not going to even dump Latino and Hispanics on us, because they want to do that too. They like to dump the criminal class on us. No. Y'all made him white. Y'all gave him a white pass. Y'all gave Zimmerman a white pass. Y'all gave Officer Yanez a white pass, who's Hispanic. Nick Fuentes, who's running around here holding up the banner of white supremacy, you give him a white pass. Enrique Terrio, y'all let him be the token leader of a section of the white supremacist group, the Proud Boys. No. Y'all not going to pick and choose and then revoke their white status on some "I'm white and I say so." No, when you give somebody white status, you hold that when they do something that makes the white community look bad. Y'all not going to dump them on us. All of a sudden, they're going to be Afro-Latino. No, You made them white, you brought them and absorbed them into your community, keep that same energy. You're going to keep that.
All right, so I'm going to stop the video there. What are y'all thoughts on
Oh,
this?
Oh, yes, sir. That gentleman there has that absolute point on that. And the reason being is because, see, now we got all this anti-Blackness, not so much here in the United States, but it's going around worldwide. Just like how you saw over there in France. And I think it was Dr. Rashidi, who was that? Dr. Rashidi.
Do you know
if I'm saying his name right?
Rashay. Dr. Rashad Rashay from the Young Turks.
Yeah, the one. Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, because he showed the clip. Okay, from France. Okay, well, this white boy is just gonna go jump on this black girl simply because she was black. And what she did is she put together some combinations, put him on his back, and stomped the living dog shit out of him, as well as she should have. See, so what it is, though, is to prove this brother's point even more, is going around worldwide now, people. Okay. And to quote the heavyweight champion, in the mid 1970s, hey man, bluebirds stay with bluebirds, white birds stay with white birds, black birds should stay with black birds. Hey man, I love my people. You see, you don't hear that no more. All you're hearing is this feminized, the black male.
We're all in the struggle together.
Yes,
brown, and we have a minority coalition. No, the fuck we don't. That shit does not exist.
No, we don't.
It's an illusion.
No, we on our own island, people. We are on our own island. As Brother Paz, as you so eloquently put it out. You see what I'm saying? And this is why the diaspora should be unified, is because I honestly believe that had the diaspora been totally unified as it was in Ali's time, Canelo Alvarez would have got knocked the fuck out tonight. But what happened?
Yeah.
You say we lost our sense of cohesiveness. We lost our sense of blackness. You see what I mean? Now, because everybody within the black community, oh man, well, I got mine, go get yours. Okay, well, you see, like Dionne Warwick, who told the hip hop cat a few years back, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and them, before they made their mark, she invited them up to her mansion, and I'm quite sure that Miss Warwick had her security with her, and she had told them, now, which one of y'all want to sit up here and call me a bitch to my face? Everybody was silent. Snoop Dogg even gave a videotape on that. You know what I mean? So what it is that in the industry now, and this is more along your generation, Brother Paris, and please correct me if I'm wrong, as well, you got a lot of these black-owned record labels coming along. Gentlemen, you got to squeeze the fit for the cohesiveness. You see what I'm saying? As the elder told us, you got these 5 digits, okay, called your fingers on your hands. Spread them apart. They all divided. But when you want to make a move, quickly, you just simply bring these digits together. Look at the great work that happened down there in Montgomery, Alabama with the chair. You see what I'm saying? So that had showed right there is that showed a great implosion of where scattered matter is suddenly brought together. You see what I'm saying? That there's, the concept of an implosion, universal law and principle, and I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts that the ancient Comedians gave it to the world as well too before the fuck boys out of Greece came down there claiming shit for their own. And no disrespect to our ladies listening, no disrespect to Lady Che or any of the women and our viewers. How can a man not like pussy?
Right.
Explain that one to me. And I mean no disrespect, ladies, and the reason why I'm using the language that I am to prove the point quickly. You see what I'm saying? So that Eurocentric bullshit, you know what I'm saying, that we was arguing with Sarge with the other day, Brother Paris, you know what I'm saying? Because Sarge is Sarge. And, you know, Sarge, he's everywhere, man. He's all over internet radio, you know what I mean? But Sarge is sitting up there, and I disagree with Sarge, saying that had it not been for the rape and slave trading pedophiles, certain people would not have existed. Now, to me, that there is open for a huge, huge debate, but we will get with Sarge later on with that, you know, later on down the line, you know. And then also, too, folks, we are asking for donations to keep the platform Shabaka's Blacc Experience Enhanced going. You could make your donations through Brother Che and Krumah of Front Line Blacc News, is because Shabaka's Blacc Experience Enhanced is a division of Front Line Blacc News. And then I definitely want to give a shout out there to Brother Muhammad, who was doing a very interesting lecture earlier today. And he had mentioned Frontline Blacc News, and he did mention Shabaka's Blacc Experience Enhanced. And he gave us some recognition on that. And so we most definitely appreciate that there. So hopefully that our numbers will go up, is because they are shadow banning us. We know the reason why they're shadow banning us. You know, even the damn phone companies are in on it. And then also, too, to find out, too, Brother Paris, you know, Blog Talk is the one behind, you know, charging the call in to the show. So, like you said, put it up there on your T-Mobile plan, you know what I mean? And what have you, because I had a long conversation with T-Mobile when I went and paid my bill. And then I spoke with their officers on that, and they're the ones who said that it was Blog Talk doing that bullshit. So we probably perhaps need to get some type of litigation going against Blog Talk, and I'm suggesting that every Blog Talk platform up there within the Black community, get your lawyer, see if we could sue the bastards, okay? But one thing, though, to make the punch really hurt, that we cannot do it class action. We'd have to do it on an individual basis, because as we all know, and correct me if I'm wrong, Brother Che, this is right up your field of knowledge, is that when you go class action, you got a million motherfuckers trying to sue one person. The settlement is for $1 million, and then everybody only gets $1. Fuck that. Am I correct on that's how a class action lawsuit works, Brother Paris?
Yeah, depending on how many people are in it, yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, so then what everybody needs to do individually is file their own individual lawsuit. You see what I'm saying? For the same thing, okay? And that there, you know, would put a dent on them. That would get their attention. Well, why are you being sued by 10,000 people, you know, for the same offense? You see what I'm saying? And then they legally step and says, okay, folks, we'll do a class action. And if they do, if it happens, you tell them no. You tell them no. Then what you can do, after everybody gets their settlement, you could pull the resources in. You know, that there's just a suggestion. But however, Brother Paris, you know, has more knowledge in legalese than I do. And, you know, I'm just putting it out there, you know, for the other Blog Talk host as well, too. You see, because there's some good platforms out there, you know, definitely, of course, our man, Mr. Warren, with the Taste of New Orleans. Definitely a shout out there to Mr. Warren on the great work that he does. I appreciate Mr. Warren definitely out debating Joe Gibson on one of his shows, which he did. And Joe was trying to be evasive and all that, and Mr. Warren kept him within, you know, basically, as they say in the world of boxing, he cut the ring off from it. He says, no, man, The issue that he was talking about was black people being captured simply because of the color of their skin. So all that shit about the Irish and all that, which is bullshit, is because you have to ask yourself, why did so many slaves have Irish slave names? See,
because they were adults.
like them Irish.
They were adults
Yeah, exactly.
for slaves too. Like,
Yeah, yes, sir, absolutely. And then, of course, they went up there, systemically raped, black women, young black girls, and what have you. And so this is the business that Sarge wants to talk about the motion picture Mandingo. And for those who are going to participate in the podcast, myself included, uh, see the motion picture. It was made by Dino De Laurentiis. The year was 1975, and Ken Norton, the former heavyweight contender, he had played in the movie. And at the time, then world heavyweight champion Muhammad Ali had talked about Norton very badly publicly on that. And Ali pretty much had said that he would be damned if he would play some shit like that.
yeah.
You know?
So
Yeah.
let's see from Lady Che. What are your thoughts on what Tariq Nasheed was saying?
Um, well, I will say it like this. Me personally, do not believe in the sense of um, I don't believe in the illusion of inclusion. I don't believe in broad and ambiguous terms. I have a hard time talking to OTBs. If you don't know what that means, look it up. I don't have time. I don't have the patience or the mindset to talk to them because, I've been tired of them treating me like I was ignorant my whole motherfucking life. So now I just go ahead and treat one how they want to be treated. I don't like to be patronized. I don't like to be shown that ultimate form of disrespect, like they are in agreement. I don't know what there's no such thing as an ally to me. Um, don't let the shade deflect the message. There is no such thing. There's no such thing as friends in the movement because I believe if it could take us 30 minutes to have you calling us the hard N word and all kind of bitches and ends and whatnot, then you're not really about it. I don't agree with that pat on the shoulder, pat on the head, tokenizing shit either. I don't like it, and I don't agree with it. That's just how I feel about it. Him calling LL Cool J a boy and then making reference to his legs or whatever, and then shining it on like it was no big deal. Obviously, it was an issue to us because we know how that word is. That word is derogatory, and no black man no black man period, whether he's a young man or a little young man or an older man, likes to be referred to as such. You know what I mean? So that is disrespectful. I'm real curious to know, amongst others, are real curious to know what um, LL said. Whether he shined it on or not. At least he could rest knowing that people are just, if he wasn't irate because he has a bag to get or whatever the fuck, because people do things for.
Yeah. So about LL, he didn't say nothing about it.
Yeah, he didn't say nothing about it. Well, then he silences can be taken as one or two things, as it's all good or it's all right. You know what I mean? Wait till I have my chance. Whatever. Um, I don't believe in the sense of inclusion. I don't take nothing that Jim Crow Biden said. Yeah, we don't have to get along. We don't have to hold hands. We don't have to kumbaya. We don't even have to do it with our own people who are consciously going to pretend to be asleep instead of waking up to the big picture. Right now, we're at war, and we're at war. It's very serious. Not just if you're just watching the news, that's just, a small 5%, 10% part of it. If you're not actually really listening and opening your eyes, going outside and seeing what the picture is, even in your own area versus and including what's going on in the world, then you really are intentionally, on purpose, staying ignorant and blind to it. It's not going to help you in the long run. You're going to have to pick a side. like I said, I'm on vacation. I encourage everybody else to take one too. White supremacy takes a vacation. No, man, they've been playing the long game. So of course it doesn't look like it. But I bet you they do. I bet you that it's our time. I bet you it's our time to sit out this fucking election season for what? There's nothing tangible to vote for. It's reparations or no vote. You know what I mean? It's it's like that. In case anybody forgot, we're on the fucking Black First agenda. Reparations or no vote. Tangibles, no vote. You know what I mean? Some politicians are committing fucking political suicide as we speak, and they're just getting the shine on. A lot of these politicians right now on the RNC, we will tap in about here shortly. They ain't got it together. They're not speaking. They're not speaking to Black Americans, and the fact that all this invasion was allowed to happen, given a pass, whether it was temporary or not. First of all, they don't got no control over it. They don't got no control. They don't know what's going on. They don't know who's here and who isn't. You know what I mean? So to let them lie and say they do is ridiculous. Whatever you have control over is whatever is in the fucking system. But a lot of people weren't staying for that system. They were bomb rushing the borders. Not just the borders, it's everything. And in hindsight, do we really need to be paying attention about this, or should we just focus on our own economic and fucking salvation right now? They haven't been worried about us in over 400 motherfucking years, and now we need to be concerned about them and their fucking issues. We need to be concerned about us and ours. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it.
Right. Right. And to prove your point even further, Lady Che, this is what Malcolm X had meant about talking about boss we sick. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You see, and the slave was more concerned about the master's well-being than his own. You see, and this here, ladies and gentlemen, just like the brother was saying earlier, is a total mind fuck. Okay, and then he's up there, and like how he had mentioned about Biden, senator from Delaware, calling LL Cool J a boy. And then I checked out some of LL Cool J's works, and I forgot the name of the movie where he played in, where he came up dead, and they were showing about how he came up dead. And what was that movie? For the Love of Eva, I think it was, or something like that.
For the it was Eve something. What was it?
Yeah. And where LL, was seeing the older sister, and she had all the younger sisters because their parents had died, and so she was like, the head of their family. But each time, LL was trying to get with her and stuff like that. They was always pulling her away from LL. But I never saw the end of the movie because the movie starts off with the character he was playing at their funeral. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I never got to saw it, and then I think LL, is a pretty good actor. You know what I'm saying? The brother, when he was younger, he built like a heavyweight contender and things of this nature here. And what it is, ladies and gentlemen, is with the mind fuck that they're doing to our youth, particularly when
deliver us from
Eve. The Demonrats.
No, deliver us from Eve.
Deliver us from Eve. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and then the dumb, as in human shit. And I want to make that perfect.
Don't have time to crumb bum on him just yet. I got 2 more videos to play before we get to.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
So this is Phil Scott. He's just gonna go in deeper about pro Biden and him lying about creating mass incarceration for Black Americans, and him calling LL Cool J a boy, and what MC Lyte did in response.
Okay.
So tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about y'all favorite president of the United States, Joe Biden. I know you love this conversation. Some people are upset with me when we talk about this, but yet you're here listening right now, because we're speaking the truth over here. You're just dealing with your upbringing as a Black person. As we all know, we were all raised, all this including me, to be Democrats from birth. We were raised to be this way.
Right.
Some of you say, what is his issue with the Democrats? Like, why he's so laser focused on them? It's because I'm literally watching what they're doing to my people group, right? And every person that has came in history and saw the wrong that was done to their people, a lot of people didn't like them calling it out. Some people didn't see it sometime until they were not here anymore, or the person just moved on to something else and they finally saw the light, right? When they stopped talking. So I'm okay with people not liking what I'm saying. I know I'm messing with your upbringing. I know that. And to shake you at the core of your being as a Black American, I know it's hard, but I'm here for it for a time. Now, I also, before we get fully into this, the person had left a message and they said that, I really like what you're saying, and you say you're humble, but, you just, the way you talk to us sometimes, more people will like you and follow you if you just talk, a little nicer. But let me tell you something about that, and I want to respond to that. That's been your problem. And I thought about that this morning when I got out of the gym. You want people to coddle you. You want people to say, it's okay, baby. It's all right. And you know good and well you're stubborn and you're stiff-necked. I know this. You my people. I know who you are. The only way we change a lot of times is a swift kick in the butt. Yep. That's the only way we gonna change as a community. We too stubborn for that. So since I know that, I'll do that. I'll do it verbally, of course, not physically, but verbally I will do that. And you look at most of your people who are doing something for a living, whether they were activists, business people, whether they religious figures, whatever. Most people didn't like how they did things, but they got results. So we're getting results. And I know that if we weren't getting results, I wouldn't be doing this every time that you see me doing this. Now, let's get to your favorite president. So there was remember Joe Biden did an interview with Charlemagne the God back in 2020. And he talked about, the 1994 crime bill that Biden, and we covered this many, many times, that Biden not only helped author the bill, but he was very proud of this bill. But you bring it up to him today, he would act like he wasn't proud of the bill or whatever. Case in point, we're going to review that, and also his latest thing that he said about LL Cool J. That was, boy, we'll get into that as well, and also MC Lyte tonight. Yes, we're getting into her as well. So let's go ahead and cue up the video of Biden, and we got to talk about this and break this down.
I gotta ask you though, why so much resistance on admitting the crime bill and other legislation you are a part of was damaging to the Black community? Because we had Hillary on a few years ago, and Ms. Clinton said that the crime bill we made a lot of mistakes with that, and she wanted to atone for that by becoming the next president. Like,
she was wrong. What happened was it wasn't the crime bill; it was the drug legislation. It was the institution of mandatory minimums, which I opposed. Mandatory. I opposed.
I thought you was a part of that in '84 as well. The Comprehensive Crime Control Act that established mandatory minimum sentences for drug offenses.
No. What happened was what you're confusing is what happened.
When people say what happened, when you hear people say, "Oh no," what happened was usually some BS behind it. Let's continue.
The Black Caucus came to me and said, "Look, I did this study when I was chairman of the Judiciary Committee. We looked at every district of the."
If you have a piece of crack cocaine, no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, $1/4 of $1. We passed a law with the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation. You get nothing other than 5 years in jail. Judge doesn't have a choice.
So as you clearly saw that Biden was lying. But this is the question that I have. Okay, and Biden was smiling back in that time period, because I remember 1991 very, very well. Boy, there were some good years back in the 90s. Listen, a lot of y'all living today, a lot of y'all millennials and Gen Zs, y'all really missed out on a whole lot. I say between the 80s, I think the 80s and 90s was about the last good times, I really say, in America. I maybe think early 2000s, let's say up to after 2005. This place been going downhill since then. But as you heard, he wants to put people who they claim today was to have a medical issue, right, or mental illness. He wanted them in jail. He wanted where judges could have no compassion for the person at all, right? That the judge had to sentence this person who wasn't a criminal, who didn't harm anybody, who didn't do anything like that, maybe just a harm to themselves, to jail them, to make them the new slaves and ruin them even more in jail, not treatment centers. I can understand, okay, you get a mandatory treatment center, rehab center. Okay, that's fine. You have to do mandatory rehab to get you off of this, substance that's harming you and harming the community. But no, he wanted them in jail where people that, kill people in there that's terrorists, all kind of people. That's what he wanted to put people who had a sickness. I've seen people, male and female, in my own community get on crack. See them go from great productive people to just crackheads. Horrible, horrible thing to see. They didn't harm nobody. Were they begging for $5 all the time to get some drugs? Yeah. It's sad when they get to the point they do anything for $5, $10. That part was sad. It was real sad. I mean, they do anything. You can get them to do anything. Trust me. At that time period, and seeing all that would happen in the community, the crack epidemic and all that. That is where a lot of my inspiration comes from, to work hard. For my children not to see anything like that, not my children being around some pimping and some, females on the track, drug dealing, gangs. No, like I said, I will never allow my kids, with all my strength, and God help me, to see anything like that. And thank God they have not seen stuff like that, because I saw enough of it. But Biden, instead of trying to help people, he wanted people in jail. Now, he mentioned Senator Strom Thurmond. Strom Thurmond, who did a 24-hour filibuster.
Yeah, that no good bastard, yeah.
Act that he was trying to pass back then. He was filibustering that long because he did not want, as a quote, black people, not to say, because you can't say the other word on here anymore. He wanted black people in the shops with them, and he didn't want them in the movie theaters and restaurants and anything else. Well, you look at it, 70 plus years later, and not only is black people in all these, particular places, he did not want them, but now you have literally white women morphing themselves into black women. I mean, that's just really what you see today, right? So I bet you Senator Thurmond didn't expect that to happen, right? That's way past segregation. But Biden was lying all the way around, And we have pointed a lot of this out prior to him being elected.
Yep.
But when Biden made that call, about voting for him, you couldn't help yourself. And if you don't remember what he said, let me cue it up on the soundboard.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
And a lot of you who are listening were black. And I know you realize, some of you have realized that I made a major mistake by voting for this guy. And I'm going to turn it around and do something different, right? Either I'm going to protest vote for the side, or I'm not voting for nobody. Either or, I said that's my statement. I don't care who you vote for. Just don't give it for Democrats. I don't care if you vote Green Party. I don't care if you vote Libertarian. I don't care who you vote for. Hell, you could write somebody in if all I care. Go ahead. Just don't give it to Biden and them, because they don't deserve black people to vote. I'm clear on that. Vote who you want for. Just don't vote for the Democrats, because they have been detrimental to our people. A lot of our people today is still in prison today. They should be let out, record clean, should be given a reparations for that. Help, all this help they're doing for illegal immigrants, a lot of them legal now, and yet they can't help nobody. They mass incarcerated in this country. Let's continue.
The institution of mandatory minimums, which I oppose.
They have got to keep every prisoner in jail like we do federally 85% of the time, but for which they're sentenced. Right now, they're only kept in jail in the states on average 41% of the time. I like the idea they keep in jail longer. I'm the guy that wrote the bill requiring federal judges to keep people in jail 100% of the time for which they're sentenced, and the notable exceptions only 85%. So I'm all for tougher enforcement.
As you heard Biden in 1995, he was proud of that bill that mass incarcerated Black people. They targeted Black people with this bill with the help of the Congressional Black Caucus. Because what Biden said about the Black Caucus, he's right. He was not lying about that. The Congressional Black Caucus did go along with the 1994 crime bill. They didn't stand against it. Nope. Not only the Black Caucus, but your Black preachers went along with the 1994 crime bill too. So you can't just say Biden. This is why I tell you that when it comes to these politicians, we really need to start within the Black community first, with going after the Black Democrats, because they have sold us down the river. No other group has came for their people to be mass incarcerated for anything. Right. Let's call it what it is. Where's the Asian community advocating that all their people who's participating in the massage parlor, human trafficking that they're doing, it is a crime. Right. Yet where are they advocating for their people to be locked up for human trafficking? Matter of fact, the Asian caucus says nothing about the human trafficking in their community. Seriously. If I would go with my camera with Brother Sharif, and y'all will be freaked out how on every freaking corner you got that mess going on. And the police know, the FBI know, Homeland Security know. They raid a couple of them, they arrest some of them, it shuts down, they pop right back up tomorrow. But the Asian caucus isn't out here talking about, hey, Biden, we need a human trafficking bill because we need to lock up our own people. No, they mess quiet because in their homeland, tricking is legal in a lot of places in their homeland. It's just part of life to trick it. So they bring the tricking over here to the United States of America. You have to understand where these people, a lot of these people, where they come from in their homeland, a lot of places tricking is what they do. But yet, the Black woman out here tricked. She get locked up, tricked all day long. But the Asian caucus has never advocated for their people to be locked up. The Hispanic caucus has never advocated for their people to be locked up. There are actually Hispanics that take advantage of other Hispanics who come over and have an illegal status. They do just like the white people. They make them work. They don't want to pay them. They threaten them with ICE, just like the white folks. They do that to their own people. But you don't hear the Hispanic caucus talking about, hey, we need to go after people doing that. They're taking advantage of immigrants. No, they don't say anything. But only our caucus, the Black caucus, and now we know, because at the time we wasn't looking at where people come from. We weren't looking at loyalties. We weren't looking at any of that. Because, we had the mindset, hey, we all Black. We need to stick together. But as we've seen that people who wasn't from the soil had different mindsets about Black Americans, we just didn't know. So really the conversation about delineation, we were late to the party because everybody else came through the door delineating. You know what I'm saying? The majority of the Black world delineates. And now when Black Americans start delineating, everybody want to crawl foul about it or call it xenophobia, but everybody else is doing it first. Right? So Biden and them, notice he's never advocated for a crime bill for meth or heroin or fentanyl. Where's the crime bill for that? Where is it? You know why he's not advocating for a crime bill for that? Because a lot of his people are on that. And that's taking his people out.
Yeah, like his damn son is on that shit.
Not putting mass incarcerate his people. Actually, he will save his people by mass incarcerating at this point.
Starting with his son, he need to mass incarcerate his ass.
Dying wholesale with this fentanyl. And a lot of it is coming from Mexico, China. They're attacking the United States without even firing a shot with these drugs. But they don't say nothing about that. But let a brother have any little thing in his pocket, he going to jail for 30 years. Now, on top of all of that, you don't criminalize his community. We know Biden, as you heard, Biden has been a stone cold white supremacist. That's nothing new. Hanging out with Strom Thurmond, he has been a racist. He was considered the Dixiecrat. back in the 1940s.
And Thurman was molesting black girls his damn self.
Yep.
The Democrat Party is the party of the Klan. Everybody that knows American history knows that. And they don't want to act like they're not the party they was never the party of the Klan. Now, on top of that, we know Biden always had some white supremacist tendencies. Well, you may say, well, he picked Kamala. Well, let me tell you something about that. Y'all don't understand how white supremacy works. And a lot of you don't understand how white supremacist males work. They're not threatened by a black female. And definitely not threatened by a woman who's unsure who she is. 1 minute Kamala says she's Jamaican. 1 minute she says she's black. The next minute she says she's Indian. That woman don't know what she want to be. I always say pick a side. That way at least stand on it, right? Another time she calls herself an Asian, so he ain't got nothing to worry about her with her advocating for black people. But they would never really want to be around black men because black men is the one they can't stand, right? And they're in competition with black men. And those same kind of men will lay up with a black woman, have a whole kid. Senator Strom Thurmond, that he never claimed he was a deadbeat daddy. He was a racist and laid up with a black woman, made a whole child. The black woman actually was his housekeeper that cleaned the house. He laid up a whole baby with this black woman, and he never took care of his kid, never did whatever. He hid this kid for a long time. It was a girl. Strom Thurmond, the same one that Biden was talking about, his buddy, Senator Thurmond. So this is who Biden was rolling with, y'all. But y'all had to get Trump out. Okay, fine. And let's call it what it is. Show me the legislation that Trump passed that wholesale locked us up. Show it to me. Hey, let me know what it is. I'll cover it.
It doesn't exist.
No problem. But you're not going to find it because he didn't do that.
Exactly.
You got more vitriol toward Trump than this dude that was relishing in locking black people up. He said crack, and black people was on that. He said, I wrote the bill. I want him in there 100% of the time. I don't want the judge to have no leeway or sympathy for you. He got to put you in jail, period. Another clip, he said that they may have...
And his son, the biggest crackhead gone.
Jail, away from my family. Biden was saying all this. But this is the guy that y'all ran the vote for. Because Uncle Ruckus Clyburn told y'all to go vote. I don't understand why he got any stroke, because he ain't crap to me. I wouldn't listen to a man like that. It's something I really want to say.
Uncle Ruckus Clyburn. That motherfucker looks smart.
The man that don't know.
No, and Uncle Ruckus, that's a house nigga for real.
I don't know if people gonna try to get I don't care. That's just my opinion. I don't trust a guy like, okay, if I'm losing my hair, I'm gonna make a decision. I'm gonna cut it all off. Or I'm gonna get the hair transplant surgery and keep my, go ahead and keep it and grow it back, right? They doing it all over the place. Clyburn can afford the hair transplant surgery, right? And he won't go do it. Listen, if you're losing your hair, you don't want to do it, man. Look, Michael Jordan and them made bald heads popular back in the day. It's still popular now. Make a choice. I know some people may get mad, but it is what it is. I don't trust a guy like that, especially in leadership. Make a decision. Clyburn said all this, and y'all jumped on it, right? Okay, fine. Now let's fast forward. He is the president. Talking about 50 years of hip hop. Okay, no problem. Well, when you are a white supremacist that always was relishing in locking up black people, and talking about you wrote the bill and all of that, well, you can't hide that forever. Case in point, this video talking about with the Congressional Black Caucus now that he's going to say this. Go ahead, watch this.
Great artist of our time representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip-hop in America, LL Cool J.
Oh, my Lord. Why? And black folks are
Biden is disgusting.
By the way, that man's got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's... And MC Lyte, Both of you, thank you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard correctly. Biden called him a boy. We know, especially you from the South, we know about the terminology of boy. Racists call black men boys, and they call black children, definitely the black children, men. They call them men because they feel good at harming or taking out a black child. They call a black man a boy because to disrespect them and treat them like an invalid and everything else that they do in society. And also, you know, they want to take us out. Hey, I took out this boy. You understand what I'm saying? Boy is a white supremacist word when it comes out of the mouth of them. Anybody else ever uses the word boy, it doesn't sting or have the history that it do with the white supremacists. So for him to initially say boy, and you know, the shield gonna say, oh, he just made a mistake. That's why he said man. And he realized, oh shit, let me say man, because I don't really want to have no issues and problems, right? Talking about the man's muscles. You're supposed to talk about music. Why are you sitting up there looking at the man's muscles for? Well, I don't think about LL Cool J's muscles or anything else. When I think about LL Cool J, I think about his music. That's it. You know, but whatever. So a lot of people jumped on Biden with that. But like I said, it doesn't surprise me because as you get older, you just don't really hold back as much anymore. It's kind of hard to fake some things. And then, of course, you know, his situation, he don't know if he's coming or going half of the time. So, you know, he's going to let it hang all out. But toward the end, he mentioned MC Lyte. Now, MC Lyte, I definitely remember her, you know, from back in the day. She's definitely one of the legends of hip hop.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
MC Lyte.
Mammy Lyte.
Instead of her just going to the event, no, MC Lyte makes a tragic mistake. Now, what is the tragic mistake MC Lyte has made, ladies and gentlemen? She decides to start shilling for Biden. Let's put this on. See, this is MC Lyte's page. What a fantastic article by Hollywood Unlocked by Blue, whoever that person named. Highly informative and easily digestible. Now, this right here is some shilling. Now, before I even get into this, she cut the comments off, y'all. I saw this last night. Sister Demetria had showed me this post. Shout out to Sister Demetria. And they were flaming her. Oh, y'all think I'll be talking? Man, black people was going in on her, telling her this is not it. What are you doing? Democrats don't do nothing for black people. That was like the overall theme. Everybody kept saying is that the Democrats don't do nothing for black people. You know, are you selling out? Come on, MC Lyte, you better than this. I mean, yeah, people went in on her for this. You know, major backlash, and she turned the comments off. So this is what she's posting on her page. She's risking her legacy. Her legacy, that people respect her in the community. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of you rappers, R&B singers, etc. Don't throw away your legacy for Biden or the Democrats, okay? Them people got money. They're going to go to Martha's Vineyard and chill. They're going to go wherever they go to have a good time, right? Live their life.
Napa Valley wineries, like Goose Newsom.
Right? And people don't want to mess with you no more, Biden not going to give you a dime. So when it comes to serving the black community specifically, look at the word specifically. Since being in office, the Biden-Harris administration has invested over $7 billion in America's HBCUs. And none of the books are audited by those HBCUs. Deion Sanders, one of the reasons why he left Jackson State is because they were stealing the ticket money. They was finessing. All them billions that so-called Biden them gave, people were stealing. That's why the facilities weren't upgraded. That's why our black kids don't have the same things like the PWIs because people are stealing. And the majority of black America don't go to the HBCU. So how are you doing something for black America? You're doing that for a specific group of black people. Gotten black unemployment down to near record lows. Most black people say that's a lie. Reduced the black child poverty rate by more than 12%. No, you didn't. Created more than 13.4 million jobs in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. You didn't do anything like that for black people specifically. Reverse decades of infrastructure divestment in communities of color. Communities of color doesn't mean black people.
Right.
Communities of color could be Hispanic, Asian,
That's everybody.
Indian. It could be Arab. It could be a whole lot of other people. So You mentioned black people at the top, but then you go into color or communities of color, including investing $4 billion to reconnect communities to economic opportunities. What are these economic opportunities that you did this for? Remember, you said you did this specifically for black people, but you already gave the finesse there, communities of color. Increase black enrollment in healthcare.gov, coverage by a whopping 49% from 2020 to 2022. There's a tax penalty. Well, last time it was a tax penalty. I don't know. I think that went away. But anyway, some people had no choice, and healthcare.gov is too expensive for a lot of people. Made maternal mortality, which affects black mothers 3 times more than anyone else, a national priority, including expanding postpartum coverage through Medicaid from 2 months to 12 months, and increasing coverage from 3 states to 35 states. You did not do anything for black women in maternal mortality because the problem isn't postpartum coverage through Medicaid. It is not about anything with the states. It's about your racist Medicare system, what has always taught doctors that black people don't feel pain like white people do. When black people say they're in pain, they are ignored. Okay? There's racists in every part of the country. So when black women are having a baby, the racists want to cut on black women so quick because they don't respect black women. They want to get money out of the insurance. That's why they want to do a C-section so fast. Instead of, it's been proven that black women, black people have a higher rate of health care. They're treated better, everything, when they have a black doctor. Okay? When you have a doctor who is not black, especially a Caucasian, you start running into these issues and problems. Okay? Now, that way you can address maternal mortality. But y'all not doing that, so stop lying. Expanded access to capital for minority-owned small businesses. Minority could mean white women. Minority could mean LGBT who are white. It could mean white disabled. It could mean white person with a handicap. It can mean that. Then it can mean Asian. It can mean Hispanic. It could mean East Indian. It could mean Arab, Native American. So you start at the top, say black, but then you use the communities of color, and you're using the term minority-owned small businesses with over 12 billion. And the way it works when it's called minority-owned small businesses or communities of color, everybody else, all the other colors and all the people, whites get it first. You know, the white women, white LGBT, etc. Then using the racial hierarchy is Asians after that. And then, you know, all the other groups, we at the bottom, Hispanics about a little bit above us. And, you know, I'll say a straight heterosexual black person, you're at definitely the bottom. The black LGBT is going to be above us, that who are heterosexuals. Let's call it what it is. That's their system, right? But even the black LGBT, you're not giving nothing to them either. So let's call that what it is. So stop lying. MC Lyte, you put this out and took a huge risk in losing your fans for something that's just not true. None of this is true whatsoever. This is propaganda. No black person seen Biden and Harris do a freaking thing for black people. The whole time they've been in office, they ain't been talking to black people. Well, it's time to get out there and vote. Let's go on and pander. Biden and Harris going to have to try a little bit harder. See, if Biden and Harris, if you really want to get black people to vote for you, and even get to even say, you know what, maybe I can try to support Biden. Reparations in the form of cash payments.
Period.
That's the only thing you can do at this point. It's nothing else.
That part.
And you have to do it before the election, not after, right? Because we don't trust you. You understand? All that, well...
And the motherfucker's not to be trusted.
Right. Your word is supposed to be your bond. If you would have fought to do things for black people, and we saw you fought to do it, and you actually made sure it happened, then we would say, okay, yeah, Biden deserved another 4 years because we did see him do what's up, and he did take no for an answer. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't want to hear that. Right. I don't want to hear that about no Tim Scott, because they always, now they keep bringing up Tim Scott. Well, we was going to do the George Floyd bill, but Tim Scott is the one. No. Y'all walked away from the table because you didn't like the discussion about qualified immunity. Y'all should have hashed that out. You don't walk away from the table. If you know it's this important to the community, and if Tim Scott was really the problem, then you bring it to the people nationally and say, look, this is what we want. Y'all need to press Tim Scott and them and tell them, hey, what the hell is going on? This is what we got to have. They didn't do that. They left it alone, and they walked away from the table. So you can't just say Tim Scott, Senator Cory Booker, and now Mayor Karen Bass. You can't say him. It's you. You walked away from the table. You threw your hands up and said, I don't want to do it no more. That's not the way you do negotiations or anything. You just walk away and say, I'm not going to do it, especially when it's something that important that Black people wanted y'all to do. That was the time for Democrats to show Black people that you were about the business. But what did y'all do when y'all got in office? Immediately started criminalizing Black people, saying that we was attacking Asians all day long. Like, Black folks, that's all we got to do is go look for an Asian and go swing on them. Neighborhoods forever. If Asians were so afraid, they wouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They still in the Black neighborhood. They make their bag off of Black people. And then the moment Biden
look at Koreatown
legislation to protect them, all of a sudden CNN stop playing that footage of these guys in pink hoodies and red hoodies, all of them wearing the same color, attacking an Asian person. And always in certain cities, New York, San Francisco, you know, never all over the country. And then the moment they got it signed, it's like them attacks mysteriously went away. Then when you got the real information, it showed the white supremacists was attacking Asians more than any other group. Remember the white supremacists that went into their massage parlor, right? And they was doing something, tricking and all that in there, and he was talking about it. He had addiction to the tricking that go on in there, and he went in there and had the place out. Nobody was talking about that at all. But CNN was running in the loop. So some mentally ill, homeless Black person doing something to an Asian person. Or they were saying a hate crime was even saying something derogatory to an Asian person. I don't agree with being derogatory to
that's San Francisco for you.
But we do have freedom of speech. Even speech you don't like.
What's that?
Have that here. So
what's that? We exercise free speech at Shabaka's Black Experience and Front Line Blacc News. They censor us.
Yep. And yet, look at it today. Where is the outreach for the Asian community? Where are them telling the Asians to come out and vote? Because they have a right to tell the Asian community, come out and vote for us. Because we protected them. They never do it. And that's why Black people...
Because Asians operate clandestinely.
Yeah. As a collective of people.
Yeah, Asians operate clandestinely.
Asians, right. People, Ukrainians who's not even citizens. And do you know that not only the money for war, they giving them money to produce their small businesses. They giving them money to farm. But you got Black farmers right in America can't get anything. No money for Black farmers. But boy, them Ukrainians got some farms. But you know what? Ukrainians are white folks. Yep. So he has no problem taking care of his own people. Let's call it what it is. So our Black farmers can't get anything, but Ukrainians can take the same tax dollars that should be going to the Black farmer in this country, and yet the Ukrainians can get it. You know what I'm saying? All that's a big contest of the Ukraine thing. I know it is. I smell the rat. Because a lot of these politicians are tied in a lot of these European countries. They got little secret accounts over there, little secret shadow businesses over there, and they getting papered up. Because where's the audit of all that money that's going to Zelensky? Every time I look up that fool coming over to this country with his hand out talking about he needs some money. And not the money. But Black folks talk about reparations in the form of cash payments. Oh, we can't pay that. But yet you paying Ukraine? Yeah,
just like the Dan Bianchi and Joe Gibbs.
That's why.
That's exactly what he's talking about.
At one point in time, see, back in the 90s and 80s, we didn't have the internet like that. So we couldn't look at what you're doing like that. We didn't have the apps. We didn't have the smartphones back then. So y'all got away with a lot of dirt. You can't give away with the dirt like today because we see things in real time now. And I know you hate it, yeah, especially old school politicians probably talk about, I remember back in the day, we can write a bill and nobody will know about it until 20 years later. Or they have to go to a library to go read it. Now they see what we put in there, and now we can't pass certain bills doggone right. It is called the age of knowledge. That was we are living in knowledge. All other things is coming up. People going to get smarter and faster than what you ever thought. And I'm here for it, and I love it, and I want to stay on top of the curve when it comes to technology. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is your man Biden. But I'm wrong to some people to say this, or I'm trying to propagandize. See, no, when you propagandize, you're lying. I show you things that you could see. You can go research yourself. You can go look up the C-SPAN clips. That's not me. I didn't manipulate his voice. I didn't do anything. You can see everything I'm talking about. You can research it yourself. Research it. See what he actually done to black folk. And then you'll understand why I'm so laser focused on giving information and giving a swift kick in the butt to my community when it comes to this Democrat Party and this current, what Biden has done. I'm doing my part in that. That way, if you go back again and you go vote for him, then I could come back and say, because I will come back and talk about it, well, don't complain about it, because you wanted that. That's what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. A lot of black people complaining about the immigrants, the ones that just got made legal, and some who are still illegal. You complaining they're being dropped off in your neighborhoods and all of that. Well, that's what you voted for. And we're going to keep covering it because we want to wake people up. That's why. So what's really going on? And the racism Biden has. Because do you know that Biden has been hell-bent on deporting Haitians? Oh, yes. Yeah. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. How Biden has been getting the Haitians out of here in record numbers. He's been getting them out. While he let everyone else in who isn't black, especially the Haitians, he don't let them in. And the ones who are African, maybe they can stay a little while longer than maybe than the Haitians. But, they're getting the Africans out, too. Because many of them, they deported right back to the continent. This man is a freaking racist. But just because he got a D in front of his name, a lot of you black people don't want to acknowledge his racism. That's why I don't understand you. Why you accept the racism of a Democrat, but you held in high water about a racism from Republicans? Shouldn't you act that way no matter what political party they come from? Right. But let me know what y'all think about this Biden here, and like I said, we just doing this just to inform you, so you can make an informed decision in 2024. All right, y'all. What are y'all thoughts on what Phil Scott just said?
Okay, well, once again, the brother was dropping some gems, dropping knowledge, dropping truth, and what happened. So, as you had emphasized, Brother Parrish, it's time for Black First Agenda, period. Man, we all we got. That's the only route. I can tell you, I don't give a damn, man. United States, it's black people in the United Kingdom. Sorry, okay, go ahead. That was it. No, sir. Okay, what it is it's time to bring this fist together, man. It's time to bring the 5 digits together throughout the whole diaspora. But as you had stated so eloquently, in which you are correct, the rest of the diaspora has got to stand on the same squirrel with us, or otherwise it's just a bunch of bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And then the cold part about it is that the more reason for us to stand on the same square in unison is because all these crackazoids, man, their wealth is coming off the raw materials from Africa. You see, but you got these damn neo-colonials. You got these ass scratchers. You got the Piankis, house niggas, Yassa bosses. You see, Tim Scott's warlocks. You see what I mean? Kamala Harris. You see, them niggas is dangerous. They are counterproductive to our overall collective progress. Garvey was right. Hey, I know the white supremacist is going to go against me and what have you, but Garvey was even more so hurt of the house niggas and the boule that went against him and sold them down the tube. Same bullshit, man, is happening again today. Look what the fuck they do to us. Yep. See? And this is why, the generations in your timeline, Brother Parrish, got to get this cohesiveness going on, man. Stay on their helmets over there in the diaspora, man, that they don't want to stand on the Pan-African agenda, as Kwame Ture has stated, as Kwame Nkrumah wanted to do. Because as you know, Nkrumah wanted to make Ghana the capital of Africa. Nkrumah wanted to form the United States of Africa. You see what I'm saying? Look what they did to Patrice Lumumba, you know, when you got to get these damn Belgians out. You see? Fuck Leopold. Fuck King Leopold in his ass. Right. Made a raggedy motherfucker rot in hell. You see?
Yeah.
You know, it's up to us to take care of us. You see what I mean? Because we all we got. We are all we got. And these brain dead, ass scratching, no good Negroes, okay? Oh, it's sad. It is real sad. I mean, look at that broad Omarosa that Trump threw out the White House. Now the dump is going down the tubes. Where's the Omarosa at? I would love to hear from Omarosa now. Look at that raggedy ass broad Candace Owens. She stinks.
Well, I did agree with she did say fuck Ukraine, and we need to focus on America opposed to trying to police and tell everybody else in these other countries what to do.
Yeah, exactly. But as you said, Brother Paris, you know, on a Pan-African trip, man, the diaspora's got to get with it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're being exploited too. But you see, but this is the sad part about when you strip a man of his culture and of his true heritage. See, he embraces that of the oppressor, and he thinks the oppressor loves him, but in actuality, he's the one that the oppressor despises the most. And the reason why he despises him the most is because he's up in the oppressor's craw. You see what I'm saying? You know, just like Malcolm said, the house Negro and the field Negro. You see? Because, you know, the house Negro is going to tell you, man, you crazy to live from here. What's better than what we got right here? See, that countermands our progress right there. See, this is why Sister Harriet Tubman had to level that street sweeper, man, and decorate them trees with some of them house niggas' brains.
Yep. Her and Stagecoach Mary had to do that.
Oh, yeah, Stagecoach Mary, oh, yeah, she'd just whoop your ass and pull them lemon squeezes out on you. Stagecoach Mary could fight. You see, Stagecoach Mary ran a few bars up there in Montana, and fools coming in, get drunk, she'll beat their ass and kick them out into the street. With that street sweeper and them lemon squeeze. Yes, sir. I felt her vibe as I traveled over that land. You see, between Great Falls and Lyte.
Yeah.
All right. The next time I go up through and then let me say this here, Brother Che. And Stagecoach Mary, she's laid to rest in Cashmere County, Montana. Her resting place is about 15 miles east of Highway 15. So you have to, you know, go down one of the state roads there. You see, so if I'm ever up in there, I'm going to be doing it in the daytime, not at nighttime, but I'll be doing it in the daytime, you know, to pay respects to the system. You know what I'm saying? Because Stagecoach Mary, boy, she had it rough now. Well, she had it rough. Plus, she was a woman. Plus, she was a black woman. And plus, she was in a lily white ass area. But she will whoop your ass and pull them lemon squeezes out there and dump on you as sure as shit stunk.
Yeah. Okay, Lady Che, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'll say this real quick. You know, when we going in on motherfucking coons and black people, they want to kumbaya and shit and fucking, you know, go ahead and go with the Biden support system, and even with the Trump thing. Like, look, both systems have shown us exactly what the fuck they're about. You know, they both had 4 years to show us exactly what the fuck it is. Neither one was all that great. One was better than the other, if you want to look at it from certain aspects. At this point in time, though, Nobody's talking about reparations, and so they're not talking about our vote. When they talk about sending Haitians back, yeah, they're sending Haitians back, but they're also allowing the Black diaspora, the Latin Black Latinos, to come over. Black Latinos, I guess I want to say, um, the richly melanated, very melanated brothers to come over here. I don't know really what that's all about exactly, except to say that they have just as much vitriol as anyone else. From what I've understand, from what I've seen personally, what I've experienced personally, they're not with us. You call them brother, they get offended. You know what I mean? So it's not like like us. I can get on the bus right now and talk to my bus driver and be like, "Thank you, brother. Thank you, sister," and everything be all to the good. But if not me not knowing and me having to experience it, I'm like, "Go ahead, pass, brother," and they get offended like really quickly, even though brother isn't like a derogatory remark. However, they treat it as such, and I'm real quick to just because a motherfucker like me speaks a couple different languages. Spanish is my third language that I learned off the television when I was a fucking teenager. I'm real quick to go ahead and put them in a place to, let them know don't disrespect fucking foundational Black Americans. Don't disrespect us here in America. Why? Because you want to come down, you want to come be like us. You want to dress like us. You want to talk like us. You want to walk like us. You want to walk like the brothers out here. You want to act like the brothers out here. You want to try to, do certain mannerisms like the brothers out here. But you ain't a brother out from here. So respect them. And even I haven't seen that many sisters here from there, but they don't fuck around with the foundational Black American sisters here. They mostly go with the Hispanic women, and that's that. You know what I mean? And fine, fucking stay wherever. I don't give a fuck. It's none of my business. I know where the fuck I lie. I know what I believe in. I know what I fucking think. You know what I mean? I know that it's red, black, and green. I know that it's black first. You can never take that from me. You can never uh, try to wash that out of me. That's just is what it is. I don't like racism on any level, and if you're with them, meaning with the whites or you're with white supremacy, you definitely get told off. Um, I don't believe in that shit. Just because you're here doesn't mean you get a fucking white supremacy pass. I don't give a fuck how melanated you are or from where the fuck you're from. You're
Right.
not a foundational. You're not a fucking foundational, and that's just that. You know what I mean? We really worked hard on that for the last little bit. The new black media has really worked hard on making sure that the message has been known loud and clear that it is fucking reparations or no vote. um, Also delineation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The whole list of shit that's fucking really important. And none of those will be taking a back seat for these new coming individuals who think they can just maneuver us around in our own motherfucking cities, whether they're sanctuary or not, whether they get passes or not. That's just what it is. Um, I don't give a fuck about this goddamn election. I only give a fuck about my local election right now, being in the city that I'm in and the shit that I'm watching. Other than that, I really wouldn't give a fuck if I had to because of the way they did my candidacy, the way they did Jesse's candidacy. I really wouldn't give a fuck if it wasn't goddamn important. Like because we live in a ugly ass system and contrary to popular belief, don't let the shade deflect the motherfucking message. I'm still a victim of racism, white supremacy from the time I was
Right.
little till now. So I really strongly fucking believe in the shit that we're working on. Um, I believe that, as far as what we're talking about, we check our coons. That is a real
Yep.
life statement. Don't let they deflect the fucking message. I'm real quick to tell a motherfucker they're a bed wench or a fucking buck broken or whatever the fuck
Mhm.
comes to it because I don't give a damn. And what you gonna do about it? You can't
Right.
do shit about it when you see me in person. You ain't gonna do shit about it when you see anybody else in
Hmm.
person. If it's like that, then it's like that. Then act on it if you got the motherfucking heart to, but you ain't going to. So
They're done.
fucking business and chill out, because it is what it is. If I called you a buck broken motherfucker, that's because you really was showing your ass. If I called you a bed wench, it's because you really was doing that motherfucking shit, and you acting stupid. If I call you tokenized, because you allowed them to tokenize you and you didn't go get your motherfucking money. The days of them capitalizing on our motherfucking shames, our deaths, our sorrows, our griefs, our misery is fucking over. It's 2023. It's a new day and age. We can't allow this shit to happen. We can't allow this to happen with these folk here, with them, other than blacks, meaning the whites. We can't have it. We can't have them. Can't have the LGBTQ plus doing disrespectful shit to us and our men and women, especially our women. We can't have anybody trying to put black men in motherfucking dresses or lock them up. We can't have that shit no more.
Right.
We can't have these newcomers that are blessed to come here and given a fucking pass. We can't have them disrespecting us either. And we have to let them know that regardless of what the fuck they think or what the fuck they say, you know, it's fuck around and find out every day, all day, for the rest of our motherfucking lives until we fucking ascend to our ancestors. You know what I mean? It just has to be that way. It's terrible, but this is what they brought upon themselves when they act and they take the fucking line of white supremacy and racism over what's right and just. You know, you don't get to come over here and fucking act like you get reparations either. You gotta stand in motherfucking line, hold your own motherfucking nuts. If you ain't with Black Americans, then you're not with us. If you're against fucking cash payments, then you're not with us. Fucking education, fuck the fucking price of one. This shit ain't worth it. Nobody can get a motherfucking job at this rate, even if they wanted to. And it's all it is just
giving all the jobs to them.
What is it?
All it is
okay, but this is why you got to create your own job.
Yeah, hold on for a second.
Say, this is why you got
right now. Hold on, brother Shabaka. Hold on a second. If I had a kid right now, the first thing I would teach my kid was not only that he's a black man, young black person coming up in America, whether it be a boy or girl, they got the kid taught the same fucking things, right? I also would teach them that it's okay to fucking start going ahead and using your talents to build yourself a economic future. You don't need to work for these people. The people ain't never gonna pay you what you're worth. Shout out to black women. They never pay them what they're worth. They always mistreat black men, and they want to lock everybody up just because it suits them. They want to rid you what they can't fucking control or what they can't understand. They want to fucking destroy it. And I would teach my child that immediately from the start of fucking the time I seen his beautiful fucking face to the time I closed my motherfucking eyes. That's exactly what the fuck I would teach my son or daughter, because this is how it's gonna be. I have no faith in anybody that isn't rocking with foundational Black Americans, the fact that what they need, what they want, fucking ally. I don't give a fuck about you. You're not really real. It's a fucking fictitious fucking thing like a wish dragon. It's not real. I only believe in what I can see and fucking touch and feel in my hands. And if you're not fucking doing the right things and you're not codified, you're not on code, you're not believing what the fucking new black media is talking about, what Neely Fuller Jr. fucking wrote, or anything of our fucking great teachers, then I can't get with you, and I don't want to talk to you because you're a waste of my motherfucking time. And I don't have time to waste. We're at war. That's all I got to say about that. Thank you very much. Carry on, brothers.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, yeah, she was absolutely right of what she was saying, and once again, this here reinforces our position of what we got to do for ourselves, is because we are all we got, and this is resurrection of the mental dead. Okay, it's because through this miseducational system, you know, they dummy us down, they keep our youth mental dead, they keep our youth bent on self-destruction. You see what I'm saying? They don't want our youth to come together doing cohesive stuff, you know, to benefit us. So, and as you said, Brother Paris, is that all the Pan-Africans got to get on the same square, because, you know, these Zelenskys, Ukrainians, Russians, Putins, Bidens, when it comes to us, all these motherfuckers are the same. that are against us. And it's time is to get rid of all yassa bosses and ass scratchers. We got to turn our back on them, and we still gonna be putting all these stupid motherfucking warlocks or other Tim Scott, who says America isn't a racist country. That there is a fucking insult to my intelligence right there. And that makes me angry, as well as should make all of us angry right there. And it's just disgusting, And for those of you, the generations after us, man, please, all throughout the diaspora, re-embrace the great legacy of where we come from. But one thing, though, that Brother Paris is right about, all the other nations got to get on code as well, too. You see? And as I stated in the video that I made many years ago, Brother Paris, that you are well aware of resurrection of the mental dead. You see what I'm saying? And that was made 8 years ago. And we've gotten progressively worse. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Biden. And to me, he ain't nothing but Strom Thurmond in sheep's clothing. You see what I'm saying? Hell, between Biden and George Wallace, I'd much rather have George Wallace. Segregation yesterday, segregation day, segregation tomorrow. At least Frogface expressed how he honestly felt. Frogface didn't come up to you with no bullshit. That son of a bitch was a downright segregationist, a white racist, a white supremacist. And he told you how he honestly felt.
Yep.
See? And may he rest in peace. But at least that punk was honest about how he felt. Right. You see? But Barack Obama, oh my. Barack Obama, oh my. Yeah. Really.
That's why the delineation is so crucial at this point, because like I keep saying, like, this has just been a one-sided affair, and as long as it remains a one-sided affair, it's dead. Because we're the only ones for it. Pan-Africanism, then it doesn't exist. Because if we're the only ones that's doing it, then it's a one-sided thing, and it's not being
right. Well, see that there, and not cutting you off, Brother Paris, but I think you was about to say, and it's not being reciprocated. And you're right, and it should be reciprocated throughout the whole diaspora. Is because when the shit hits the fan, man, you're gonna have a whole bunch of ass scratchers where they thumb up their asses and says, "Well, damn, man, they was right." You know what I'm saying? That ignorant nigga shit, that mealy mouth bullshit. I mean, I was just trying to get along, man, but I didn't know the motherfucker was like that. Motherfucker, we've been telling you for the last 6 goddamn years.
Right.
You see?
That part.
I mean, when is it, when is it gonna sink in? You see?
Like Phil Scott said,
I mean, we always...
Some people, they gotta go through it before they realize, this is what it is. And some don't even realize it after that. They still live in denial of the shit. But,
okay, now let's look at history. Okay, when Nazi Germany...
History lessons, unfortunately, Sabaki, because we're definitely running behind schedule. There wasn't
what's our next stop?
On the play, but since we're so pressed for time, I might have to skip it. But Lisa Cabrera did an awesome piece on MC Lyte defends President Joe Biden on Instagram. Phil Scott already covered that, so we already got that covered. The next topic is going to be oh my God, the Democrats are desperate. And voters exodus from the Democratic Party.
Okay, that's good. Okay, because what the Democrats are going to do, they're going after all these immigrants, is because another thing I think Biden was trying to introduce was, to let them be here and vote without going through the normal voter registration process. So, what Biden is doing is trying to they're trying to circumvent the voting rights for these immigrants to vote for these white supremacist Republicans. Now, one thing about the dump, as in human shit, and I want to make that perfectly clear.
Yeah.
At least the dump tells you how he honestly feels.
Yeah.
You see, at least he tells you how he honestly feels. See, and I can't fault no motherfucker for that. You see what I'm saying? You stating how you honestly feel, and like Malcolm said, I much rather deal with the white racist man, you know, the wolf, as opposed to the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yep.
And Kamala Harris, ma'am, you need to resign. You know what I'm saying? You need to resign. As bad as I want to see Biden and Harris lose, huh?
Kamala Harris is trying to become president again. She waiting on Biden to kick the bucket or become incapacitated, and then she'll control.
Yeah. So expect the Republicans to get it. Now, if the dump doesn't get it, I hate to say, it will be the panties, the transvestite from Florida who will get it.
Well,
and the sad part about it is he will win.
Yeah. So Phil Scott is going to go on about the Democrats are panicking after Black for Biden sinks to new lows.
Of us have been saying now we have to concede and admit the problem, and the problem is they are losing Black people. Now you see it all over the news, The Hill, Newsweek, pick a publication. They're even saying now that the Democrats should choose somebody else. This is what they're even conceding to, because Biden is starting to become toxic. And they know if they said if you lose the Black vote, they're not going to win at all.
Yep.
But let's kind of go through the things that they're saying here. They're saying that an increasing number of polls are showing a growing dissatisfaction with the prospect of Joe Biden running for a second term among Black voters. As his administration looks to court the vital voting bloc ahead of the 2024 election. If we are a vital voting bloc, we are treated like a vital voting bloc. They prioritize Ukrainians. They prioritize people coming across the border. They prioritize Asians. They prioritize every LGBT. But yet they didn't say LGBT was their vital voting bloc. They didn't say Ukrainians. They didn't say people coming across the border. They didn't say none of these other people that they're always trying to do something for and give resources to, right? They say Black people.
Yep.
Well, see, Black people are waking up.
Yep.
Black people are saying that we're not going to show up to vote for Democrat when our votes go to people coming across the border with the encouragement of the people that the majority of Black people voted for. Black people are starting to say, I'm not giving my vote to no Democrat when my votes are going to be used for the Ukrainians so they can benefit. You understand?
Yeah.
Black people are saying that I'm not going to go out there and vote for Democrats when all my city services and my tax dollars are going to people who didn't vote at all for Democrats. So if they didn't have to vote, why should Black people vote?
Right.
All these people getting things from the Democrats didn't vote at all. Look at the Asian community. They don't vote in mass numbers as a group for Democrats. And yet they got more out of this administration than the Black Americans have gotten out of this administration. So why are you showing up now talking about we are a vital voting bloc? If someone is vital to me, prime example, let's talk about me and even how I do things. My vital viewers that I know are my vital viewers are Black people. I can tell you it's Black people in the United States, it's Black people in the United Kingdom, it's Black people in Canada, it's Black people in South Africa, Black people I know that I've read in Jamaica, Black people in Kenya, certain places that I know off the top of my head where people are watching our content. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, it'd be like the Democrats be like, screw all the people that I my vital viewership, and I'm going to target people who don't watch me like that. If I was to connect my viewers and what you see and what they see out of our various platforms, they will say, man, I don't know what he on, but I don't really like that. I want something else, but somebody else is on what I really platform. Okay? So I know this. I wouldn't be that.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit up here and try to court people who don't even support me. Like there's been even Black folks. Yeah. Black folks are very great with Black people, and they want to quote unquote cross over everything they can to start watching. When the folks watching you, you don't have to cross over. I told y'all a long time, we don't have to cross over. We are the culture.
Right.
What are we over to? Crossing over to something else is actually going down from our culture. Everybody want to copy, emulate, and everything else with our. Let's call it what it is. And when I mean all groups and every person want to do it, but you see elements of our culture in everybody throughout the world. So there's no reason for me to switch anything that I'm doing. My vital viewer, my vital say, hey man, you know what you're doing? Then I'm gonna live vital people. Democrats do that. They say for the vital voting. I'm gonna do for everybody except them. But let's continue. So they said that a poll was released on Saturday, conducted between September 15th through 19th. They found that the president's job rating has slipped from 10% in 2021 to 63% among Black voters. The same survey of 1,000 registered voters found Biden still holds 76% of the Black vote to 4% in favor of the former president Donald in their likely match. It said the Democratic candidate for president has needed the Black vote to win. The signs of discontentment among the caucus come as national polls portray a gap in voter sentiments between Biden and Trump. The Republican, and they say a recent ABC Washington Post poll put the incumbent 10 points behind the successor, about Trump. They say when Biden 2020, he attracted 92% Black votes compared to 8% for Trump, according to analysis by the Pew Research. As Biden maintains overall support among Black voters, there is growing evidence to a disconnect with the younger generation. Why does he have a disconnect with the younger generation? Let's talk about the generation. The old generation is retired. They got their security, they got pensions. A lot of them are old enough to have that. Not getting a pension. They lucky if they have a right? Lucky your Social Security still around. Of that generation is squandering all the money and they die off, screw over the young. You know what I'm saying? We see all that. We are in a generation now of young, they consider younger than 18 to 49. You're from 18 to 49, no, a degree doesn't mean much anymore. Like at one point in time, bachelor's degree, get a great job. Now, bachelor's degree, job at McDonald's.
Yeah.
You understand? You have a amount of debt coming out of school. The purpose of getting a student back in the day, okay, I'm gonna get a job, get my loans back. You can get a job, but yeah, you put $300,000 in debt, and they're charging. It is ridiculous. The interest rates. I've seen charging people 15% interest on this money, and people pay that off with that amount of money. So if you owe $100,000 and you need your payment every month, 20% interest on your balance. that and never pay them off. You got people 20 years trying to student loan debt. It wasn't meant for you to get out of school, get your good job, that mess off real, and you don't have to worry about that. For the time period, I'll tell you something. What I even live in, right? I don't need a college. I need a college degree for any of it. Know how, need a personality, definitely need to articulate yourself. You got to have confidence because people are bad about you and all of that. You got to be willing to team, which thank God we team, right? Do this, we're doing it now without it. You can on a person don't have because they will get real quick. You can't do it all by yourself, right? But if you know how to build up, you don't need a degree. There are people, but look, there are people, and I admit that myself. We do a whole lot than some people with degrees. I'm gonna leave it. Some people for 12 years letting them make more than that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do anything. Kids right now, 20, make $100,000 a month, go to college. What they doing on social, like internet is where it's at. All schools, I tell people, you gonna go to school, go. Something you know you're gonna get better when you get out. I always hear people say, you know, you got a special lot of women, and what you want to do? Social work. And then social work, you're getting paid, what, $35,000? If that. No, if I'm going to go to college, it's going to be for, nerds. I'm in the medical field. I know I'm going to get a bag when I get out. If I'm bag, engineering, things like that, petroleum engineering, something I know I'm gonna get a bag. I'm not gonna do that. Occasionally I'm gonna get a bag. I'm not gonna be there going to school, be owed a bunch. So this kind of issues for the young people can't in a house, can't even afford to move out their parents' house. This is where they at. Grown people. You see, when I was, a man out of school, by so my own place and I'm back. When I was 21, since the prices today, people that's 21, and then they times to rent crash. Crash loves to regulate regulations for that. It'd be illegal. Somebody needs to make times to rent. How many people make rent unless you got a house? Well, the average person today have children. There's a lot of single parents here. People aren't married anymore. What average 3 times to rent? Think about that. People of that generation to let these people. That's what also a lot of from the younger generation. This older generation, about inflation to go, and this don't care. The thing people complaining about the most is gas. I hear food. That food is tearing their pocket. Food. So yes, the people have a big issue with Biden, and then for these younger people that have, he up here in the whole third world come into and get stuff that we got that came and get. They got second parents, and the be like, get your own spot. Sure, it's time for life. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? And come on. Let's continue. A rating say about the American Enterprise found that 57% of Black aged 18 to 49 approve of Biden 3 years term compared to 78.9% among those age 50 and just a little more, not more than half. As you can see, the people that's 50 because they don't need money, because it's the younger people who is doing bad in this economy. Now they say it's preferred. It says president for 2020. The Democrats that were presented the candidates, just 9% younger group wanted him for a second term. In other words, wanted. 50% of the generation were in favor of the Biden ticket. They don't need him. The older generation about immigration, they got people being put in their cities. They don't care about dollars going to them because they just a peaceful life, enjoy themselves. They have coffee. They happy going. The kids. They don't care. They don't want nothing no more. Out the trenches. But the younger people, and so that's why they cool with Biden. Presidents have been plagued by concerns his age among the wider electorate. It said 80. He is the oldest president in Europe. But he has brushed off concerns about his mental health. In 2022, I no more think of myself as being as old as I am that I fly. Yes. Meanwhile, a poll of 2 black women conducted between July 11th on behalf of Project Found and said for behind his 20 levels by double digits, down to from 2020. Coalition for Change found support for the was even, let's say, among Z voters, 58% supporting him. Let's not even talk who really was of support from the leaders for that. Blacc. Blacc has led an exodus away from the Democrats and from the black church. Our black men has why? Why we as brothers? I had a conversation today with my barber and a brother was outside. We got into this conversation about Democrats, what they're doing for black, and 3 of us. I didn't even know they views like that, but all of us agreed that the Democrats for black people, and we all agree that we're not, and all 3 agree that our paper a lot better in office. Because right now, the one brother say, yeah, who wasn't as high in office, wasn't as high as Trump. I said, man, that's what's killing me right now, food and gas. More so the food. Then say coming in here, this country, and doing what they do. I wish I could play, YouTube maybe as a kid. These people are getting in this country in Texas. They put a wire border video. I think I've seen a great this got a cardboard had baby. I felt bad, real bad. This risk, putting a cardboard over herself, crawls underneath wire. This child had to look maybe like 2 or 3. She a girl underneath her, sitting underneath the razor wire. They got side with flat boxes and holding it up so the ball to them. Then the walls herself underneath this. So even with the wire, they coming across. I mean, I've nothing like that in my bruh, that is some death for me. To border like that, for real, why? Especially with the baby, that was crazy. Now I understand foreign policy and can know better either. What ended up happening in countries, and you can read the Confession of a Hitman. The U.S. government is a problem. They went to America, resources, destabilize countries, just like only resources. That's been the MO of the period. Else's country, resources, stabilize their country, then they get mad when they show up at their border. Call it what it is. citizens got the brunt of their foreign. You understand what I'm saying? They say they gonna stuff up here, and it comes out of your pocket. They say something is free, somebody paid for it. It's you and me, the ones that's paying for it. So black men, all this. Black men, I talk to husbands, I talk to them, business owners. We all black men for these folks because the last hire, there's a ceiling that we came through as black men, right? They want black women to get a little higher, but they get too high. Rare one of them get on a board or see very, very rare. Premises male threatened by a black woman, but still black women getting treated right either. Have you noticed that have been waking up? It's not calling them the back no more. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Then after the Democrats, your support is, and you know what to do to get it back, but you only doubling, you're tripling that, not doing nothing. You that kind of people that gotta find out. That's all. People can tell you all, because see, you used to the ocean of black people where they just on you, vote Democrat. Can't stand when people are Democrats and get pissed off at the Democrat. Not Democrat. But then some, well, just go ahead and do a pro then. Or you, let's do a pro. Oh, no, I'm not going to do no Republican. Republicans, that's not it. So vote for Republicans. Encouraging the citizen. You just talking about the Democrats are. So you just are just Democrat. Why are you Democrat if you're going to vote for them anyway? I don't want just grown-up Democrat. Go quiet and go vote for them. At least you say, oh, vote for Republican, fine. That's your business. At least say, at least I'm not giving them, I'm going to sit it out. I don't like a Republican, like Democrats. I made a couple of election cycles and then tell them why I'm sitting. Tell them why. When they ask, well, why y'all in mass? I'm sick of going to Ukraine. I'm going to people. I'm sick of this one, that one, that one. In our homeless population, while people that cross the border laying bills in New York, that the home came late.
Right.
Yep. I'm sick of it. So I know into that. You're going to use it for that. I'm not going to vote for them. I got a whole lot more. You don't have to vote. No, not at all. Policies that Republicans some that I can really agree. And some of you agree with traditional family, definitely with business, lowering tax. I agree with all because that we could save the more that we can. And I definitely want to hire like to make it bigger and bigger. You know, this thing we have been getting busy, on my that it's a beautiful thing. It really is. And I want to triple of the process, of content, trying to grow, trying to expand. But we don't want our pockets out of these folks, and then all the taxes that we got, we go see it go over there, keep our money in our pocket and pass it to the people that work with us. Rather do. That's our bonus system, things like that. That's what we do here, right? Black men understand that. Black men safety net with the Democrats. Never. We're not part. We are that they want the mass. Don't care about us being fathers in our household. You know what I'm saying? That's fatherhood. They encourage mothers. Think about it. this decentering men crap comes from traditional family. This decentering they're talking about and all of that do is make women say we don't have to get married anymore because we need to change to incentivize marriage. A lot of men don't want to get married because they are financially realized. And some of us, lose our fault divorce. No fault on the worst things ever come to us. It really broke up the family. Fault divorce, where basically you can just divorce you, not cheated or beat on, or people say, "Oh wow, nobody used it." No, just you don't know about it no more. You don't have the incentive to work anything. You can get if you say, "I don't want to be married no more." Right there, help the family. And so a lot don't want to go through of having it, and it's a hustle. Women can marry a man today, and after a certain and get half that he ever worked for his life, half his he worked up for. So say, nah, I'm not both sides that has all this support and all this other crap. Some of them are there to get rid of no. I'm here for it. I believe that would actually change things. It would a lot. Having to stay together, tax incentives, cash for people to stay married. All of that is due to that. You need that. You don't have a nation.
Right.
Democratic Party, anti-family, is everything that is God. What that party is about, and that's another moral person. You can't those people.
Right.
They're pushing. Their bathroom thing with children make these decisions, gender, and the people don't need to know about it, and it's like the hell. And parents know about everything that's going on with their children. And children should not be life-altering decisions until they get old, and they make any decision because they're an adult. But this is what the Demoncrats are encouraging, and this, a lot of that I down with because you leave children alone. Children are children. Play games and play football and basketball. They want to do soccer or whatever they want to do. Let them enjoy. Us as black men, we did that. That's why we in the black church saying there's a bunch of people. We as men, we know see it. We know male horror. We know that. I'm like, nah, I'm going over there. I passed them. Like women talk about their own freaking husband or they mate. Men see that. And like, I'm not gonna have my uplifting out of line, out of order. Yeah, every man, the only man needs to be uplifted of the Lord. If it's not the Lord, shoot. Honoring a pastor. Ooh, the pastor got to do this with the pastor and say this, and the pastor say that. I'm telling you, the pastor in your house, man. I'm good with that. I'm totally good. So, and then the pastors all tied in too, telling you to go vote for this, and then look at the city live in, but the preacher live good. You live real, and you. But Biden is doing the problem, and it's going to continue that way because until they black people, but they're not going to do right by. They're not. They're trying the old way. Kamala's been sent out to the HBCUs to try them back in line for the work. Kamala doesn't expect a Black American.
Nope.
Kamala would do a job, actually come and talk to himself. Be up and saying, "Hey, Phil, you're sitting on this list. I know you audience. We can diaspora, the biggest I have, and we can have a about Black people." She better talking to people to the HBCU. The problem with that is answer the real question: why aren't you doing not gonna be able to pull that stuff with me. That's a function. I don't know specifically why y'all for Black added to the COVID-19 bill. Why? FBI statistics show Black are the leading victims every year. We were not added, and all Democrats voted for. Come on. If they're that much, he would have been in a great position that he could say, hey, I try and bill for Black people. And then, hell yeah, Biden did do that, man. I'm going to try that again because show he actually did. What happens if you don't do nothing? Go talk, like you saying that, go to agents because you help them, but you're not targeting them. You're not calling your biggest voting. Let them. If you'd added Black people to them, and we had some, you wouldn't be in this position. The young people choose Biden and the Democrat. But this is what you get. Learn your lesson. If your biggest voting bloc,
it froze up.
Yeah, no, the bars on the internet. Well, I guess it's a way to end this. To pass out. So,
all right.
Let's pass out. So, give us your what did y'all think? We just what I played.
Shout out to the
and then we're going to have to do it sometime tomorrow. Yes. It's Black.
I'm in full agreement with what he said. I've been in full agreement though. And
yeah,
you know,
educated first.
Yeah, you know, Philip Scott is on it. You know what I'm saying?
Jesse.
And what it is that we was always taught, you know, for 50, 60 years that I know of, you know, vote Democrat, vote Democrat, vote Democrat, vote Democrat. All right, but the thing is, though, is that these Demonrats, you know, are not too concerned with us. They say, and we got to, you know, go with the third party, the unity party, and, you know, and the dumb as a human shit. And I want to make that perfectly clear. Okay, has thoroughly shattered the Republican Party, you know, go on and let them self-destruct. You know what I'm saying? That's a great thing. But with us is that we have to get our own political party, people. We have to build our own infrastructures with business, commerce, education, politics. You say is because when it comes down to it, for all practical purposes, in the United Snakes of America, we are still viewed as 3/5 of a human being. For all practical purposes.
Yeah, 2023.
I mean, yes, sir. And ain't nothing changed. These lousy ass politicians, you know, is coming up to us with this bullshit, you know, on a Democratic side. Then you have the dumb, as in human shit, and I want to make that perfectly clear, who is stating how white America honestly feels. Look at your Kylie Irving. You know what I'm saying? Look at the transvestite governor down there in Florida. I mean, and I'd much rather have a group of people tell me that they hate me. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to sitting up there lying to me, oh, we love you, gonna put it, you know, and stick a knife in your back. I mean, look at the black girl who went to the slumber party with her all white friends, you know, a couple of years back. A couple of days later, she was found dead, beat to a pulp. Remember that one?
Yeah, remember that Jamaican dude that went hunting with his white buddies, and he ended up dead.
And we never heard anything about that after that.
Right. You say so. There's definitely a hidden agenda
that's going on here. And I mean a serious hidden agenda that is out to exterminate us.
Oh, it's not even hidden. It's very much out in the open.
Very blatant.
Oh, absolutely. But then they got brain dead Negroes, Uncle Tim Scott, Warlocks, you know what I mean? The ass scratchers, Eric Adams, you know what I'm saying? The former mayor of Denver, Michael Hancoon.
Yeah.
You see them type of Negroes. They're dangerous.
Yeah.
Just like out in California, Karen Bass, other ass scratches on the LA City Council, And what's happening is that throughout the United States, you got all the immigrants coming in, but it's very interesting is that Black people are going to be the leading ones, particularly Black men, who are going to be out there homeless and lost. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's going like a falling rock. But then you got bed wenches like Candace Owens and what have you. They're going to be emphasizing that they're the Black women. Turn your back on a Black man and just be a bed wench. So that's the thing that's coming up there in the future too. And keep in mind, I'm hoping that I'm wrong.
Okay.
Keep in mind, I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but being an old bastard, that's how I'm seeing it.
Okay, Shabaka.
Yeah.
Well, people wanted to find you and what our topic's gonna be for Tuesday, and then we're gonna go to Lady Che, and then I'm gonna close this out.
Oh, okay. All righty, folks. Yeah, calling to Shabaka's Blacc Experience Enhanced. The number is there, 516-418-5996. Tuesday night, 6 p.m. In the West, 9 p.m. in the East. Also to Grand Rising with Shabaka, 8 a.m. in the Pacific, 9 a.m. in the Mountain Time Zone. Also to 10 a.m. in the Central Time Central Time Zone, and 11 a.m. in the Eastern Time Zone. And then on the next Shabaka's Blacc Experience Enhanced, we're going to be talking about a very, very sensitive subject of the motion picture Mandingo that was inspired by Sarge Strike. That there is for Grand Rising with Shabaka. Yeah, next Friday. So on this Tuesday, we got the description up already, and definitely Google our past episodes and check us Tuesday night. And then also too, Brother Che, do you got a copy of the show for Tuesday night?
From last Tuesday?
No, for this Tuesday upcoming.
No.
Okay, it is yet to be produced. Okay, so we'll just check our like page at Shabaka's Blacc Experience Enhanced, ladies and gentlemen. And that episode will be produced by tomorrow evening. Is that we're going to be looking over some current subjects that's going on in the news right now that's dealing with us, and believe me, there's a lot of them. So definitely check out the like page, Shabaka's Blacc Experience Enhanced, and definitely check out Blog Talk Radio, Shabaka's Blacc Experience Enhanced on Blog Talk Radio for the episode description that should be up there before the end of tomorrow night, or since it's after midnight right here tonight.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, Shabaka. We're going to bid you a farewell from the Mile High.
Oh, yeah.
City.
Oh, by the way, who's the Pony Express playing tomorrow?
God damn it. We're playing the goddamn Bears, Shabaka. You already know the answer to that question.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So you're playing the... Yeah, Okay, you guys playing the polar bears. Okay, you guys should win. You know what I'm saying? Bears is lousy.
Who are you?
Okay.
Playing,
Okay, the Pirates, you know, I have it posted up there on the wall tomorrow, you know, when I wake up first thing in the morning. And of course, it's Raiders, and more Raiders. They say we're home with it. They say that we're they say we're the most penalized team in football. I mean, we're Pirates, okay? We only got one win, so, you know,
only got one eye.
Yeah. And the thing is, for the Pony Express, you guys need to get.
Oh, you're playing the Dodgers, the Chargers.
We playing the Chargers.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Do them bums come to us, or do we have to go back to Los Angeles?
You have to go back to Los Angeles.
Okay, well, that's only 6 hours down the highway. Okay, so hopefully the Raiders will, you know, short circuit them Chargers. Them as a bunch of scrubs. That whole team has been a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully it's an overtime game and it ends in a tie, and neither one of y'all get a W. That's what I would hope and pray for.
Well, the Pony Express, you know, they got a goose egg up there in the winner's circle. You know what I'm saying?
Much longer, Shabaka. And y'all have one, and that'll probably be your only win all season long. But yeah, we'll see.
Now, do you all have to travel to the shores of Lake Michigan, or those guys, you know?
Yes, we're on the road.
So y'all going to? Okay, so y'all got to go to Chicago. Okay, and you're going to Soldier Field. Yes, sir. Soldier Field's been there forever, damn near 100 years, if not 100 years. And then too, we do know that the city of Chicago was one of the cities of the great migration, like Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago, and what have you.
Yeah, and it was founded by a black man
by the name of John Ponte DuSable.
Yep.
Yeah, and they do have a plaque down there off of Lower Wacker Drive in front of the Wrigley Building, honoring him of where he had opened up the trading post there in 1787.
Yep.
And then the city of Chicago was incorporated in 1837. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, like Mayor Daley told Dr. King, they have certain traditions in Chicago. After all, it was the home of Al Capone for many years. You know what I mean? But it was definitely a hub for black business as well, too, with Johnston Publications. You see what I mean? And what happened. And the sad part about it is that the founder, John H. Johnston, is transitioned. So did his wife, Eunice W. They did start the Ebony magazine off of a street called 18th in Indiana, and they started it out of their apartment, and they lived over a funeral parlor, and John H. Johnston got the business started with a $500 loan from his mother that she borrowed against her furniture. Ain't that something?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then keep in mind is that Ebony magazine had an excellent writer by the name of Lerone Bennett, and this is where we get a lot of our knowledge from for our platform, Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, you know, where we argue with the one and only Sarge, okay, then we argue, you know, with the tether Joe Gibson, and then that scrub Bianchi, who can't handle the truth, you know. And Bianchi's from St. Louis and whatnot, but Bianchi, you need to check out the hashtag Resurrection of the Mental Dead, because you are definitely mentally dead. And I'm not going to crumb bum on you, man, because you're a black man, but I know that you will crumb bum on me because you are a coon. Okay?
Yep. If you're for the black community, ways your contribution to the black community, as our brother Kevin Barnes from Outlaw Radio always says, You are a coon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And definitely give a shout out there to the crew out of Milwaukee, you know, the Kevin Barnes and them and what have you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Shabaka Sankoy for Front Line Blacc News, bidding you a good night from Sin City. All right. Take care, y'all.
And we'll be doing part 2 tomorrow afternoon or later on this. All right, Lady Shay, what is your closing?
Stay black, stay dangerous. It's pretty entertaining program this evening, and hopefully I get some of this swelling off. It's really distracting. Other than that, that's it. Pretty good show. You know what I mean? See what happens tomorrow, I guess, for part 2.
Yeah. So part 2 is going to be South Carolina great grandmother reaches $350,000 goal. The GoFundMe, RNC second debate. Tim Scott says slavery wasn't as bad as welfare for Blacc Americans. Portland, Oregon, racist white supremacist stabs 2 black teens on train. Newly elected Mayor Mike Johnston and Councilwomen Shontel Lewis tour Future Studios, and Unhoused Neighbor News and Unhoused Neighbor Sweeps. And if there is time, California woman Senator Dianne Feinstein finally dies at 90. Who will replace her? Rumor has it it's going to be a black woman. We will see if she's going to be a bad wench or not. Guyana president tells Britain they owe reparations. Migrant, aka illegal immigrant crisis, and Chief ED arrested for murder of Tupac. Beware of Blacc, DJ Blacc. So we will see y'all later on. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to all of our platforms. Frontline Blacc News on YouTube and Facebook. The Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook. And Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on Twitter and Facebook. So stay black, stay dangerous, stay empowered. And we will see y'all later on today. Peace. And I shout out to Black Sun and everybody else that we're streaming with. Make sure y'all subscribe to their channels as well. Arena Uncensored, MD 2020, Blacks and Politics. Peace.